The following is a presentation of The Day.
We are heading down the home stretch of the ECC football season. Not only are league games in play, but state rankings abound all over the ECC as teams fight to make it into the postseason. 2 regular season games remaining, and who will make it to a Game 3? For the Stonington High School Bears, they have hopes of just that. For the Fitch Falcons, hopes are thin, but still alive. And they do battle tonight here at Stonington High School with all the action live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you by Waterford Dental Health. Gear up for Game Day with a winning smile from Waterford Dental Health, located in Waterford, where your go-to for top-notch dental care in a relaxed, friendly environment. Our experienced team has you covered, whether you need a routine checkup, a cosmetic boost, or an advanced treatment. So enjoy the game with confidence and comfort. Why don't you schedule your appointment today down at Waterford Dental Health, where your smile is their top priority. And by Philomena's. It's always game day at Philomena's, southeastern Connecticut's best destination for fine food, great atmosphere. They got a brunch menu, a wing and drink specials, a new bar, live music. Philomena's, everything you can imagine. It's a great venue and a great menu. Everyone is family at Philomena's. Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Pasta Santabria, and as that moon settles over Stonington High School, it brings with it all of the ominous possibilities that exist. There are 5 teams in action tonight with direct playoff hopes that cannot lose a game, and we'll be following all of them here tonight. Though they are 4-4, the Fitch Falcons are still alive in the Class L race. The Stonington Bears at 6-2, and a returning number 40 right there. The last time we were here, Patrick McGugan went down. He is back, and the Bears at 6-2 are hoping to inch closer to a playoff berth on their senior night. We'll get into what the other games look like, but before we do anything else, we will take this moment to honor America with our national anthem. Stonington at 6-2, hosting Fitch at 4-4, both with postseason aspirations. And we mentioned there are others in play tonight as well. One of the big games that we will be following and looking at all night long, the New London High School Whalers, still alive with their postseason hopes as well, and they are traveling to the hardest place to play, the Killingly High School. And Killingly will be playing host to the Whalers. Also, Waterford, how will they respond to their first loss of the season and the loss of starter and heart and soul Jax Higgins as they take on NFA? That means no Peyton Sutman from the beginning of the year, now no Jax Higgins. Can they survive this game? If they can, they go into Thanksgiving against East Lyme with a chance to possibly still host a home game. Higgins on the mend, but unlikely to play tonight against NFA, so they're going to have to dig deep and rely on coaching, toughness, and a defense that has played so well this year. And, of course, the last one, Ledger, still in the mix as well, though struggling and scuffling a little bit, losers of 3 of their last 4. They play Griswold, and all of those teams are alive in contention. Fitch will kick it off, moving left to right on your screen in the white with the red and black. Gabe Carey will kick it off from the 40-yard line. It's a line drive kick. Bounces off the up man, and falling on it for Stonington is Cole Scahill. So Scahill falls on it, and that will send the Bears offense onto the field. And that means we'll see a lot of seniors. Senior night here, 14 of them. And amongst them, senior quarterback Jaden Carter. And he will be the one leading the Bears tonight. Pasta, lots going on tonight in football.
And guess what? The weather is dropping. This is the kind of weather you know you're going to get some hits and you're going to feel it. So I'm really excited how this is going to go.
McGugan. And a different little formation. They'll split the two backs out now, so they have a spread, empty backfield in motion. Handoff. And a gain of about 4 on first down by Light. So Cooper Light on the little jet sweep. And he'll get 3.
That's definitely the thing that Stonington has to do. Use those mix and matches to find the lineup and see where the weakness in the defense is.
Second and 5.
They'll mark them up at 5. So you'll see Cooper Light, Chase Spurley, and Jacob Schrage. They are the big 3 from the receivers. McGugan, the powerful tight end. And the handoff goes to Massengale. Massengale breaks a tackle, has a first down, crosses into Falcon territory where Stonington will have its first down of the ball game. Senior, Maddox Massengale. If the name sounds familiar, it's because his father, A.J. Massengale, in his 21st season here at Stonington, walked him out on the field tonight with his mom. Always tough. I went through it recently as well. Always tough for the parents on senior night.
It's a great experience, but that's the time when men could tear up a little bit and appreciate all the efforts that they've done throughout the years to make their children be where they're at.
Another empty backfield. Light goes in motion again. That jet sweep, but he puts it on the turf. It's loose, and I think he fell on it. If he did, Light will be credited with a 2-yard gain, and he did fall on it.
That's the thing about the weather, Casey. We know that the elements have a lot to do with the football and the placement and the field. So these guys have to be ready to secure that ball because with this weather, it makes the football a little bit slick.
Stonington, this is definitely a formation we have not seen from them much this year. This is more traditional, spread it out, Carter to throw. In the flat, he goes to Light. Light has a first down, hangs onto the football and crosses to the 35-yard line where he's brought down by Lord Abishai.
Definitely good energy right now. It seems like the offensive line is really picking up those stunts that are coming in the front. Great start for the Bears.
Bears love that little bubble screen. They love the jet sweep, the bubble screen, and just when you think that you're going to creep up, Jaden Carter will take a shot down the field. First down, Massengale and Light split. Carter sends Light in motion, fakes the jet sweep. There's the shot we were talking about. Deep into traffic. Touchdown, Jacob Schrage on senior night. Schrage catches the first touchdown of the game, and the Bears go on top 6-0.
Casey, you called that out. Man, are you the offensive coordinator? Great movement as they did that motion. They knew they had the one-to-one matchup on the backside, and right there, that was the matchup that they needed.
It was good coverage, but Schrage outfought him for the football. And here's the muddle huddle toss to McGugan, and that ain't going to go anywhere. That ball gets fumbled and turned over. So 6-0 Stonington. You know, when I first saw the muddle huddle, I really didn't like it. Now that I've seen it more and more, though, I still really don't like it.
I know.
Let's take a look at Schrage on the shot from Carter and how he goes up and muscles it away beautifully from the defender, Anthony Spader. Spader was in good position, but Schrage just out-wrestled him for the ball.
That's a great start for the Bears right now.
So Stonington will kick it off from their own 40, and Schrage will do that as well. These seniors, they talk when you watch the feature on Cooper Light at halftime. One of the things, multi-sport athletes, especially though at small schools. When you're at a small school, if you're going to be a successful program, you're going to have kids. You can't afford to have your, lacrosse players specializing. They need to play football too.
No.
And Cooper Light's an example of that. Schrage approaching the ball at his own 40-yard line, and he bangs it down deep to the 15-yard line. McBride tries to go to the far side, and he gets there. Now he turns it upfield and is shoved out of bounds as he crosses the 30 to about the 34-yard line. So McBride, a junior running back for the Falcons, gets them to their first possession of the game. And so you'll hear all about Porter Carter taking over from Ben Perry, an iconic player in the last generation of Fitch Falcons. He ran the quarterback position for 3.5 years, and now it's Porter Carter's turn. It starts with number 42, Devin Cook, the sophomore fullback. If they can do the fullback dive, the Falcons will be tough to beat. A little bit of option. Carter keeps it himself. Big hole up the middle, and he's off to the races. Porter Carter, he gone. Touchdown, Falcons. What an answer. First play from scrimmage, and the Falcons have tied it at 6.
That play was as good as Mike Tyson's uppercut, as the blocking scheme was perfect. And a quick hit and then acceleration, he just tore up the tracks right there.
So the Falcons will have a chance to take the lead as they tie it up very quickly, 6-6. Now, they'll do the muddle huddle as well because
they love Casey.
It's funny. I actually root against it. But then see what they're going to do is they're going to send in their kicker, Carey, who's one of the best kickers in the league, by the way. When you have a guy like him out of the hold of Sean Bussey, snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and guess what? It's 7-6 Falcons because they didn't muddle huddle. They ran and they kicked the ball.
One day the muddle huddle will execute a great play, and you're going to be like, that's why I love the muddle huddle.
I will go to my grave bad-mouthing the muddle huddle. Let's take a look here. Option, and he was really untouched.
Yeah, great execution and blocking, and actually the guard that's actually pulling up didn't have anybody, but he just found the body, and that sealed the deal, man. Great speed. He just took off right there.
So 7-6 Falcons, kind of a stunning punch on the eve of one of the single most ridiculous boxing matches in the history of the world.
I know.
Another in the long line of a social media warrior taking on a 75-year-old cuddly bear from a movie called The Hangover. Mike Tyson, without his Tigers, will be in the ring.
I watched Ip Man 4 where he was fighting Ip Man, and I got to say, he was pretty hype right there.
that is right there. We saw Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. That was it right there in those first 2 possessions.
I don't want to curse it, but you know what? It looks like it's going to be an explosive game if these two teams on offense do what they're doing.
I think Stonington can move the ball against almost anybody.
Yep.
We saw just how good the Wyndham defense was, and conversely, how good the Waterford offense was. Oh, a little onside kick, and it hits the up man again, but I believe Stonington once again, same thing. It's Scahill. He's the one that they lined it to, and this time they did more of a ground ball onside kick. But you watch, you look at it and you go, Wyndham's defense must be amazing because Stonington scores against everybody.
Right.
Then you saw Waterford move the ball against Wyndham, and you said, well, maybe Higgins is just that good of a player, and I think all of that's true. I think Fitch's offense is probably has the most depth of any offense that Stonington will have seen this year. There's a lot of playmakers on the Falcons.
Definitely.
That being said, I think this might be the best offense. Fitch played New London. This Stonington offense resembles the New London offense in terms of spreading the ball out and some real dynamic wideouts. Carter on first down. Bubble screen to Schrage, and he drops it as he was heading upfield before he possessed the football.
Casey, you ain't kidding. This offense, the way it does have those similarities to give those best players a chance and have some separation before they make a move. Those yak yards, we're talking about yards after catch, parents. Yak yards are so lethal in this game.
Yak. That's what I want to do every time I see the muddle huddle. So 2nd and 10, Carter. This time he gives it to Massengale, and nothing there. Massengale wrapped up very quickly. Gavin Blue in from his line position, got inside and got down Massengale right at the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, the D-line did a technique. It's called, hand in the hip. When that guard pulls, you keep your hand right in his hip pocket. He'll guide you, and he squeezed that play down to actually clog the hole and make the tackle. Great defensive technique.
Mom Reset says, I hope you're inside, sons.
Yes, we are.
Third down, Carter to throw. Plenty of time. Now he gets out of the pocket, looking downfield. He's going to keep it himself, and he's thrown and wrestled out of bounds. Manning got him, and that's going to cause a little to-do on the sideline, as that was a little bit deeper out of bounds than I think the Bears would have preferred, but no flag, and the Bears at midfield will likely have to punt it away.
No, great move. I just saw Patrick McGugan in there, take his players out, keep them focused, and get them right back on the line. That's the kind of leadership that he was always with this program, and when he's back now, you know, these guys are going to fall in.
Well, we mentioned last week in the Wyndham-Waterford game, Malachi Fowler, consummate leader. We saw what he did at the end of the game to display that leadership with Higgins. These kids, you know, when you get a kid like that, a dynamic leader, a program guy, and McGugan certainly is that. Also, 14 seniors on this team. You'd expect Stonington to be able to exercise appropriate behavior. Fair catch by McBride at the 25-yard line, and Fitch will have its second offensive possession, having only needed one play to take a 7-6 lead.
You know, Case, I was supposed to start this. My mom was this weekend made me all these little knitted hats, and I have one from Stonington and one from Fitch. But since they both scored so fast, we didn't even talk about putting it on. I think the next team, whoever scores, I'll rock this little scarf hats that my mom made, and then I'll have something probably ready for you on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh!
That's an order, Mom. We got an order for Case. I'll get the colors. You know what it is. Automatically green.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't need to ask. You don't need to ask.
No, she's starting to sew it right now. She knew. Oh, I'm going to make him a nice one. That's what she said. Nice little hat for him.
Thank you, Mama. First down, Falcons. Motion man. Hand off to Cook. One tackle broken. Spins. Gains 5. Devin Cook. So difficult to bring down on first contact.
About this offense that I love, it's really that, triple option scheme. To have a fullback that dynamic that could take the grind plays. He's getting hit right on the line, but he continues to drive forward. That really takes the momentum of a defense down when it gets to the fourth quarter. So, have a young man like that running the rock, it's a lot of tradition that's going to make this offense explosive.
2nd and 5. Carter. Motion man is McBride. Toss out to McBride. McBride looking for the first down marker. Has it. McBride, one block. Needs to beat one man. Racing, and finally brought down by Max Della Rosa, but not until he's at the 20-yard line. You can see the explosiveness of the Falcons.
Tell you, once they get to the outside third and they start to run, it's just so hard. A great effort by the defense not giving up and holding them down. What an explosive play.
Let's not forget, this Fitch team beat Wyndham.
Yes, they did.
For their only loss of the year. So they're definitely talented enough to do it. Carter on first down. Fakes a toss left, rolls right, keeps it himself, bumps right into his own man. Now tries to throw it. That might be a loose ball. And if it is, heading in the other direction is Evan West. Evan West crosses the 30. Evan West crosses the 20, the 10. If that's live, Evan West has a touchdown. And I'm signaling and seeing signal, yes it is.
I see no flags, brother. It seemed like he was trying to throw it, but when he made the move to throw it, he pushed it off his hands. It looked like it came off. Great call by the refs, and a scoop is scored by a lineman. It's just an amazing thing to see right now. Boy, was he hustling.
Evan West, a sophomore.
Put the brown hat on now. That was on a defense.
And the muddle huddle. Now we're going to transition into a regular. I do love this, so.
You love the muddle huddle, right, brother?
Now Schrag will come in and kick the extra point.
This gives the kicker a chance to see the goalpost before everybody gets in front,
Kick the extra point this time. Schrag to try.
Austin Center, number 12 to hold.
High snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is through. Let's take a look at Evan West and how he turned this thing right around as Fitch was driving.
That was awesome.
Carter, right there, it looks like he's got room. He runs into his own man, and he gets rid of the football, and West takes a nice hop to him, and then Let's check out the speed of the lineman.
Running his feet down the sideline, hippity-hoppy to the 30, 20, 25, 10. You know, carry the 4+5. He's in the end zone. A lineman's dream, guys. A lineman's dream.
So,
shout out to Mr. Croto.
let's just kind of put into perspective what we've seen. Stonington gets the opening kick, goes right down the field, scores a long touchdown.
Right.
Fitch gets their kick, scores in one play.
Boom.
Stonington has to punt the football.
Yep.
And then Fitch immediately rips off 3 giant plays.
Yep.
And then turns it over, and it results in a touchdown. Stonington's up 13-7. I expect that moon is full for a reason.
Definitely it is. Even the top of my scully's pointed up in the air.
Schrage. Low line drive. Taken by McBride at the 20. McBride still on his feet, looking for a blocker, crosses the 30-yard line, and Fitch will have it 1st and 10 from their own 32. Early start tonight, 5:30.
Yeah.
So other games
McBride
won't be off until after this one.
Kickoff.
Tackle made by number 21, Jack.
All right, so
From number
Stonington, who
33,
scored,
Garrett.
that's for Stonington. What happens if Fitch scores on this next possession?
Then I got to rip this off, take the headphones, flip it back, put the red and black.
All right. Well, we're coming back. If the Falcons score another time, when the next touchdown, we're going to come back here. Carter on 1st down. Hands it to Cook. Big hole for Cook, and he crosses the 40-yard line. He's going to get 8.5 yards on 1st down. Spurley got a helmet on him to trip him up, but a huge gain. I mean, Fitch has done everything right offensively.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Cook. I mean, freshman year when we were seeing him run, he looked so dynamically advanced. I know his dad always says that he's been preparing him since the early years, just that mentality of toughness and grit. So kudos to Dad and keeping him now where he's at right now, playing that competitive football position.
2nd down. Toss. Out wide. Williams-Brown gets over the 50-yard line. So Zyree Williams-Brown into Stonington territory. And another 1st down for the Falcons, who have not had a play of under 5 yards.
Not at all.
With the exception of the turnover for a touchdown.
I was just told in the sidelines that the chain crew needs oxygen as the chains have been moving up and down the field play by play.
First down, Fitch. Ball sits at the Stonington 48-yard line. Improbably, however, they trail 13-7. Carter, motion man across, handoff Cook. Cook bounces off McGugan and gains 7. Another nice run for Devin Cook.
Cook on the carry. Gains close to 5, 2nd and a long 5.
Tackle made by number 21, Jack Goddard, with help from number 51, Evan West.
Ball's on the Stonington.
They're going to say he got 5. I thought he got a little more than that, but Fitch has been really moving Stonington's linemen, and have your pick. Every single person that's touched the ball for Fitch has had a lot of green turf in front of them.
Balanced offense sometimes is the toughest thing to defend.
Carter. Hands it off again. This time a little trap play. McBride crosses the 30. And McBride knocked out of bounds by Jack Goddard, but another 1st down, and the chains will move again for Fitch.
Coach Ellis does. He definitely has some great play calling there, mixing it up inside, outside, off tackle, dive. You know, it's really hard to think about a defensive coordinator where you want to send pressure with this kind of balanced offense where you know that they might not show those tendencies. So, you know, just got to bear down and hold on.
1st and 10. Falcons. Not even, we still have 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first
we're
quarter.
Rolling, brother.
Carter. Handoff. Cook. Cook hit by Logan Christina after a short gain.
Yep.
One thing to notice for the folks at home, you hear us talk about shotgun, you hear us talk about pistol.
Yep.
Fitch operates from a little bit of a different, that quarterback Carter is only about 2 yards behind the center.
Right.
It's not quite a pistol, it's not quite a shotgun. It's actually almost like he's under center, but by being 2 steps away, It lets him create a little bit of space and see the field a little bit better. But one of the things that Coach Ellis really, keeps instilling in them is get that ball back to him quick. You got to hit it quick. Going to keep it himself. Now he pitches late, cutting it inside and breaking a tackle. Inside the 10-yard line, still on his feet, is Zyree Williams-Brown. First and goal, Falcons.
I think there might be a flag, Case.
But there is a flag on the field. Officials will talk it over.
Ball was carried by number 2, Zyree Williams-Brown.
They're discussing.
This moon is as bright as the lights here Friday night, brother. And that's not poetry. That's just saying it like it is.
By the way, when the officials talk this long, it's never good for the offense.
No, never good. He's like, did you see it? I saw it. Yeah, you saw it? Okay, we got it. Let's call it. Boom. What do we got?
Official's going over. Now he's looking at his other official, and we're going to get personal foul against the Falcons. Hands to the face.
Yeah, probably one of the linemen when they're coming across like that, when they go against a defender and they try to do like hand contact, your hand could slip right into the face of a defensive player, and that's not allowed. So.
And that's a big penalty because that's 15 yards. So that's going to take them back, and it'll be 2nd and 20.
That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Now, I think it had to do with the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight tonight.
Yep.
He was just trying to, foreshadow what are you going to see tonight.
Slip the jab.
2nd and 20. Carter. Motion man across. Cook on the dive. McGugan got him in the backfield. Frustrated with himself that he couldn't bring him down, but he held him up long enough for the rest of the Bears to flow to the football, and finally Gabe Torwella cleaned him up.
Definitely with a running back like him, you got to make sure you wrap up and grab cloth. But in that situation, he held him just enough so that the defense could swarm in and seal him from making a big play. This game is pretty good, Case. I mean, I thought it was going to be slow starting off, but it's been explosive since the very beginning.
5:30 start, full moon, chilly temperatures, everything you could want. McBride, fake toss. Carter rolls, throws, has Cook. Cook crosses the 20. Cook crosses the 10. Cuts back inside. 1st and goal, Falcons. Big play on the throw to Devin Cook from Porter Carter.
Good play action scheme. What happens there is that linebacker has to make a choice. If that quarterback's rolling out and breaks that contain where the edge player gets lost, then the fullback's going to be wide open. Great catch, great run. We got 1st and goal, right, brother?
1st and goal
in 2 plays.
Fitch is just moving the football.
Wow, they are.
Like a hot knife through butter. Like a hot butter through my belly.
We're going to put it all out there tonight, brother. We feel it.
Keeper, Carter, into the end zone. You got Carter. Touchdown, Falcons.
Whoop, switch him up.
Quarterback keeper, touchdown Fitch.
Porter, Carter on the keeper. We are tied at 13.
Carter scores for Fitch.
Well, if they play like this tonight, I'm going to lose half my hair just replacing these little hats here. But they fit comfortably. Got to give a shout out to Mom on that one.
Gabe Carey for the extra point.
Carey to try the extra point.
Number 13, Sean Bussey to hold.
Bussey will hold. Good snap, little low. Bussey handles it well, and the kick is up, and it is through. So the Falcons back on top 14-13 with 1:58 remaining here in the first quarter, and the hole enormous for Carter into the end zone. The Falcons doing whatever they want. If they haven't turned it over, it wouldn't be 14-13, but it is, and Stonington will have to try to regroup and see what they can come up with on the offensive side. So there's the Falcon hat now.
It's so comfortable and soft. You know, all these products. Give a shout out to Michaels for my mom. And special discounts right there. She's got her senior citizens discount working all week long. Give her credit.
So what are you seeing from the Fitch offense that is making it so difficult for Stonington defensively.
What I see right now is that they could see the number system and where they're favoring. If Stonington has strength on one side or other. Remember, 4 down linemen with gap scheme, you're going to have to call a strength. And from there, they could possibly see where they want to attack the ball and run. And so far, they've been calling it really smooth and complete, mixing it inside, outside, and off tackle. That's great offense right there for the Falcons.
So Fitch will kick it off. Stonington will get right back at it.
Olsen and Schrage backbeat.
And Bussy,
Number 5,
Carey
Dave
will kick
Carey
it off.
to kick off.
I'm going to talk in a minute about Stonington's schedule.
Mm-hmm.
It's very interesting when we do that, and you'll see why in a moment after Carey's gets into it from the 40, another line drive, and this time it takes a bounce up, and Scahill will get it back up to the 40-yard line. So you look at this the Stonington defense. They struggled and gave up 68 points to Killingly.
Mm-hmm.
They also gave up, very few points to other good offenses. They held Griswold to 12, and we saw Griswold very good offense. But they haven't run up Montville, Plainfield, Woodstock Academy. Those teams have combined for 4 wins. Mm-hmm. So Stonington and Bacon Academy. So Stonington's beaten Montville, Plainfield, Bacon Academy. Handoff, Massengale will get maybe a yard up to the 40 as he's brought down by Carey. So when you look at Stonington, they've played Wyndham and Killingly.
Right.
And those are their 2 losses.
Yep.
4 of their wins are against Bacon Academy, who's won a game, Montville, who hasn't won a game,
right.
Plainfield, who's won 2, and Woodstock, who I believe has won 1 or 2. So there's 4 wins there out of the 6. And so this is a step up for Stonington competitively. Carter to throw, pressured, lobs it, looking for Massengale, incomplete.
Brings up a 3rd and 9.
And if you look at the offenses they faced,
mm-hmm.
they have not faced an offense quite like this Fitch offense. The Griswold offense throws the ball a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
The other teams that I mentioned, they run the ball in a more traditional fashion.
Exactly.
This is a team that has got more weapons than I think they've seen yet this year.
Yeah, I see that the offense for Fitch is a lot faster at this time. Again, the grit for the Bears is being, they're visible. They're working hard. They're trying to stop it. But again, the execution of that offense is top-notch right now.
Big 3rd down coming up for the Bears. Carter, plenty of time. Now he steps up through the pressure, looking downfield, points, and can't see anybody, and gets banged out of bounds. It'll be 4th down, and the Bears will have to punt again.
Yeah, it's a great coverage from the defense. They kept everybody in front, and the backers were under, making sure those crosser routes were taken care of.
So the Bears will punt, and the Falcons will get right back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Falcons have scored easily on 2 of their 3 possessions, and were moving easily on their other possession until they turned it over, which directly resulted in the return for a touchdown by Stonington. So
definitely,
Stonington defensively is going to have to try to figure out what they're going to do here in this next possession. Carter is the punt return man. He stands at his own 25-yard line. High snap, no pressure. Punt is kicked away from Carter, bounces and rolls out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So that's a great punt from Schrage.
That's the kind of kick you want to have to get those field positions long for the Falcons.
18 seconds remaining here. One thing we did not talk about tonight, and we really don't have to, and it's been a few weeks since we haven't, is the wind.
Oh.
It is going to be picking up tonight, overnight, tomorrow, Sunday, a little bit more, but our last few games, we have seen 15 to 30 mile an hour winds. That is not something that we are going to need to worry about tonight.
No, very, very smooth night. It's kind of like open sails, but it's still cold.
From the shotgun. Handoff to Cook. And Cook is brought down after a minimal gain by McGugan. It'll be a gain of 2. And that will take us likely to the end of the first quarter.
2nd and 8.
And it will. We're at the end of the first quarter. The teams will make the long walk down the other side. The Falcons with a 14-13 lead and possession of the football. They'll face 2nd and 7 when we come back. You're watching Game Day Live on theday.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce them. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community. And if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
So the Fitch Falcons are 4-4. They lost the first 2 games of the year to Guilford and Cheshire.
Tough
Two
teams.
very good statewide powerhouses.
Right.
They then beat Simsbury. They beat East Lyme. They beat NFA and lost to Killingly. Then they beat Wyndham and lost to New London. So this team at 4-4 has lost to 4 teams well above 500, and their wins come against good teams as well. First down, big hole for Cook, and I think he's going to have enough for a first down, and that will likely move the chains. It will. First down Falcons. So I don't want to belabor the point about strength of schedule, but
Tripped up by number 40.
Stonington does not have a win over a team with a 500 record. Whereas Fitch has not played a team with the only teams they've played with record below 500 they've beaten. So this is definitely a step up for Stonington. Now you saw they can clearly, it's not like it's non-competitive. The point being, sometimes the speed and size and takes you a little while to adjust.
Yeah, and that's and so for the parents that don't know out there, a 4-4 team, and the reason why they have points is because the teams that they beat are winning, and those add into the playoff points. So we'll talk about that later.
Which is why at 4-4 they're still in the playoff hunt. Keeping it himself is Carter, and he'll get to the 35-yard line. Second down, Falcons.
The leadership again, McGugan in there to make a play. That's what they need to do. Again, seal and do your assignment in this kind of option scheme football. That's the key. If you get your job done, you could definitely conceal and tackle and make good plays. But again, if you make one mistake, it could explode.
2nd and 6. Stonington currently ranked 6th in Class S, and Fitch currently ranked just outside, I believe, 9th in Class L. Falcons. Handoff again. Cook. Cook wrestled down, but that is such a quick hitter. When I mentioned the speed, when that ball gets snapped, Cook is, there's no hesitation. It's called a dive. He is diving into that gap.
I consider that like an option shotgun scheme because he's right at the mesh point. Instead of him taking that step back and trying to make those movements, he's right there to quick pop and give, and that's what makes Cook. He just takes off with his speed and gets at least 3 yards before he even gets touched.
3rd and a yard. Carter, toss right. First down, Williams-Brown into Bear territory, and the Falcons again are moving with the football.
Yeah, they're dominating right now and very confident in what they're doing. It seems like the offensive line are executing their blocks and they're taking it to Stonington right now. They're just confused. It seems like they want to make a play, but Stonington's wondering where the ball's going.
Well, if you don't commit to stopping Cook, you're going to get paper cutted to death at 5, but at 5 and 6 yard clips.
Yes.
If you commit to him, the outside speed, as you see there, stretches you out. And that opens it up for Carter, who's an elusive quarterback and can throw the football. There's that little trap. Big hole. Breaking through and crossing the 30-yard line. Spader got it on that little counter trap, and I didn't even mention that, right? So it's not enough that you got dives, tosses,
that's new,
and a quarterback that's elusive and, by the way, can throw the football.
Yeah.
Well, now we got to add this little counter into it as well.
That's what I love about Coach Ellis and his crew. they've always kept the big concept together throughout years. And what I love about him is that he tries to get the best out of his players and the plays that they work best at. And when they're out there playing and they're executing like this is where he gets really excited and makes this energy of his team, just be the momentum strength that they're holding right now.
It's been a good week from the Falcons, too, as well. There was the announcement just made that the baseball field at Fitch High School would be renamed after the great Ed Harvey.
That's awesome.
One of the great coaches in Connecticut who led that Falcon team to multiple state championships and over 400 wins. And the football field would be renamed after assistant coach Mike Ellis Sr., Mike Ellis Jr., of course, being the head coach. Mike Ellis Sr. being
that's great,
a prominent coach, athletic director, ECC representative. So the Falcons flying high because they've got, and so I know Coach Ellis and his father were both very excited about that honor, and so it's a very good week for the Falcons.
Definitely, man. Mr. Ellis has always been like a father figure to me. Congratulations out there, Pop.
First down, Falcons. Carter. Hands off to Cook. Big hole. Breaks a tackle.
Wow.
Shows his speed to the outside. Puts his head down and into the end zone.
What a play.
You can never have too many cooks in the Falcons' kitchen. It's a touchdown, and they extend the lead 20-13.
Awesome job. Well, that young boy, I ain't going to say, if he was 250-plus pounds, he'd be the Jerome Bettis. But that's the kind of attitude that you have to have as a fullback. You're not going to get it quick, but when you start pounding them and they're afraid to tackle, that's the kind of play you're going to get down the road. Awesome job, right?
Best part about it was once he got through the initial line of scrimmage and got into the second level and there wasn't anybody in front of him, he turns on the speed.
Yep.
Then as he gets down to towards the end zone, he sees Chase Spurley's the only guy left. And rather than try to beat, he just turned and ran into him.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I got a size advantage here. You're not going to, be able to stop me with all my momentum. So, extra point is up and good by Carey. And the Falcons take a 21-13 lead. So we'll take a quick timeout. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Communities that are no longer covered by local newspapers become news deserts that lack journalists providing government oversight and access to quality information. The Day is committed to providing comprehensive news coverage in every town in southeastern Connecticut, but we've had to scale back coverage in some towns, including Ledyard and North Stonington, due to market forces affecting local news companies around the country. We need the continued support of the communities we serve to help fund additional staffing that enables us to provide the kind of coverage our readers expect in every town in the region. If you'd like to support the Day's News Desert Fund, please visit givebutter.com/theday.
After falling down an early 6-0 game, the Falcons have shown tremendous offensive upside.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, and the only thing that has prevented, well, I should say the Falcons have scored on every drive.
Yes.
3 for themselves and once for Stonington.
Once for Stonington, yeah.
But every single Falcon drive has resulted in points.
Yep, definitely.
Carey will kick it off. In Stonington, after a couple of stalled drives, desperately needs to hold on to this football. A little squib kick, high bounce, and that goes into no man's land, but picked up nicely and returned past the 35 to the 36-yard line by Kyle Olson, and that's where the Bears will have their possession. And I mean, Fitch seems comfortable rushing 3 and 4, dropping more people into coverage. You got to think it's an invitation to run the football. Will Stonington make a commitment to doing what Fitch does, which is take 4 and 5 at a time and try to soften you up? You see it here again. 3-man front. Carter to throw. Has a completion. Over the middle to Light. And Light will have 9 on first down.
That's the kind of execution you want, him to do. Just quick throw it. Give it to those guys quickly because that defense is playing what is kind of an over coverage. They're trying to get everything to come back inside to that defensive middle.
So 2nd and 1. Stonington approaching Falcon territory. Carter has time. Deep ball. and overshoots Spurley. He was well covered by Abishai, and it'll be 3rd and 1, but that 2nd and 1 is always a good place to take a shot.
You've called it, you did it the week before too, brother. You know, these are the times we could sit back and get that setup, that matchup that you want to have. Now you could still do your diverse run pass game right here and get a chance to get a first down and keep the chains moving. The chain gang is probably happy right now that things are kind of slowing down a little bit.
3rd and 1. Ball at the 46-yard line of Stonington. Senior Jaden Carter has senior Maddox Massengale standing next to him. Carter to throw. Zips it over the head of McGugan, who's covered by Porter Carter, incomplete. I would think Stonington would go for it here, but I'm a little surprised again.
Yeah.
Throwing the football, even on 3rd and short.
Kind of like a Seahawk moment right there. I mean, you got a chance to run. Their offensive line is blocking. It's just right there. Get that yard. Now you're double guessing yourself. Hopefully, coach will make a good play call on this and get that first down.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I know these teams well. I think this is a Jaden Carter keeper. I think this is the roll out and use Massengale as his blocker. Carter keeps this one for a first down. Or rolls and throws incomplete to McGugan off his back foot, and that is a bad set of downs for Stonington.
Yeah.
Jaden Carter saying my bad to McGugan because he was open. Not so much the play call, but 3 straight bad executions. I think Jaden Carter makes those throws more often than not, but now he gives Fitch, with an 8-point lead, a short field.
Yeah, a quick movement in the defensive line. They were there to try to get him, but yeah, I was kind of shocked. I mean, at least once out of those 2 plays, you should give a good run. But, yeah, we'll see what happens. Falcons have the ball now, brother.
Porter Carter stands right at the 49-yard line. Cook, big hole. Cook off to the races. And Cook is cooking.
Woo!
Falcons with another long touchdown.
What a great play on that one. Man, that young man's got a lot of talent. A lot of talent.
27-13. The Falcons have been unstoppable offensively.
Yeah.
So Carey will kick the extra point to try to make this a 2-score game. Or it already is. I'm not trying to make it a 2-touchdown game.
That muddle huddle gives you a chance to say it correctly, Papa. That's what it is.
Carey to try the extra point.
Good snap. Good hold.
Nice
but the
block.
kick is blocked. Flying in was Cooper Light.
Yeah.
And that keeps it as a 14-point game. 8:23 remaining. Let's take a look at Devin Cook's explosiveness and the holes that he's running through.
The left side line is really sealing everybody in. Look how they get inside. Let the edge players play because they're not going to get there when that handoff's there. And look at him running. High and tight with the football, pumping with the arm, getting into the end zone. And it's a great job right there. It's a lot of highlight film for that young man down the road if he wants to go to school play.
So Falcons have been unstoppable offensively, just moving the football at will with big plays, sustained drives. The only thing that they've done wrong is turn it over one time, which resulted in a Stonington touchdown. And after the first drive of the game, where the Bears went right down the field, Jaden Carter and company have struggled to maintain possession. And now that they're down 2 scores, they desperately, with 8 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in the half, they really, really need not only to possess the football, but they need to score some points.
Yep. Well, you know, Casey, you said it best. You know, these 2 teams have played some programs, and you can see on this side, Fitch is showing that they've played some competitive teams, and they've gotten that experience, and even though they lost 4, they're the better physical team tonight.
In the first half, the Fitch Falcons already have 318 rushing yards.
Woo, like in my video game, but that's if I have a cheat code.
Nice job. Taking it is De La Rosa, but a beautiful open field tackle made by Spader, and Stonington will have good field position at the 35-yard line.
You know, Case, I'm noticing a lot, and you know, we've been seeing it in the NFL as well. The safety helmets that you see some of these players that are wearing, you know, I think that's a big plus for athletes that are competing throughout the whole year. But you know what? And I know people make fun of them, but that's a really good safety feature that we have now to help these young athletes stay healthy and strong and play at their best.
So that's Cooper Light wearing the Guardian helmet, and he it didn't make it into the feature, but he did tell me that he's got a history of concussions, and so
very
playing
good point.
it safe.
Yep.
Carter rolling, avoiding pressure, throws, and it's behind his intended target, incomplete. He was looking for Schrage.
Incomplete.
Pressure on the play came from Carey, and it'll be second down.
You know, one thing about the Fitch defense that I know historically, you know, Panucci's done an amazing job, but when linebackers are playing the under route, they're communicating with each other. So whenever that receiver's crossing, those defensive backs have that under coverage. So that's a good teamwork that these guys have been instilled to do against a team that is spread, that attacks like this.
Second down and 10. Carter signaling for Light to come in motion, fakes the handoff. Pressured, steps up, avoids Carey, stays on his feet. Jaden Carter making something happen as he crosses the 40-yard line, and it gets close to a first down. That is a lot of effort there
yes, it
by
is.
Jaden Carter.
A lot of heart by that young man. He didn't give up.
Initial tackle by number 16.
So the
Jermaine Manning.
possibility of third and disastrous becomes 3rd and 2, thanks to the persistence and elusiveness of Jaden Carter. Now the Bears are in where almost the same position they were in a few minutes ago, where they had the same 3rd and short. Let's see if they use Carter's legs again. They do. Delayed keeper. The Falcons, though, shot the gap and got there first.
Oh, yeah.
Beautifully done was the blitz by Jermaine Manning, and Manning got there first.
Fourth and 3.
Yeah, he got into that gap real quick, and when he grabbed cloth, he grabbed it. He wrapped that ankle and waited for his teammates to finish off that tackle there.
This is a huge 4th down, and because he lost 2 and made it 4th and 4, the Bears are going to punt. I don't know if I would punt. I don't know if I would. I'd have to go for it every time. I can't give the ball back to the Falcons. The way this Fitch offense is operating right now, I want the football. I'd take my chances with 4th and 4. Schrage the punt. Good snap. High kick. Bounces and takes a Bear bounce.
Awesome bounce, brother.
Result all the way back to the 16-yard line. But if the Bears don't figure out something, all that punt did is mean they have to go 84 yards instead of 44 yards. And the way they are ripping off yardage right now, I don't know that I would give them that opportunity one way or the other.
No, I mean, in situations like this, you're going to have some tendencies that you're going to work on, setting some pressure. You know, if it's in the short side of the field where Fitch is running, you probably got to blitz on the strong side, try to get them guys to collapse. So it's going to be a guessing game because right now the techniques that they've learned throughout the week is not effective.
Falcons, a perfect 4 for 4 when they haven't turned it over. Motion, toss right, Williams-Brown. Williams-Brown gets 9 on first down.
Whew. This full moon must put tons of energy on these kids tonight because they don't even look like they're tired. They're just running.
Tackle made by number 4, Chase Burley.
Even the linemen right now are just strutting along and holding their ground.
Williams-Brown is the speed to one side. You've got McBride showing speed on the other side. Cook off tackles, has been unbelievable. And then, of course, Porter Carter. It is all working here for the Falcons. Motion, handoff, Cook, big hole again, breaks tackles, and finally brought down by Cooper Light, but not until another Falcon first down.
Here's a good point, Case. What I was seeing there in that defense is that both defensive tackles inside are playing outside shoulder of the guard, and you have your Mike backer in the middle there. That's easy blocking for the offensive line, and when they see that, that's easy for any fullback to go through. So they definitely got to mix it up a little bit, work some stunts, a little pressure on the inside, cause some disruption for that offensive line so they can get to the backfield.
27-13 Falcons with the football. 5 minutes and change. Cook This time, a better job of control at the line of scrimmage. McGugan was the first one there. Schrage as well. And that holds Cook to at least a 4-yard gain. But even that's a play where it looks like they stopped him.
Yeah.
He got 4.
They got 4, yeah. But, I mean, again, credit to the offensive line. I mean, the size mismatch right now, we're seeing it just because the offensive linemen right now are just in this zone. But you could see the point of attack, these 5 guys, they have an extra lineman there, too. Another big guy that comes in are just moving that front line.
2nd and 6. Keeper himself, ball's on the turf. This time the Falcons recover it. Mark McBride saved Fitch. And that's the first time Stonington has penetrated and got to Porter Carter before he could do anything. He was looking to pitch it, but he had no time at all.
No time. And that's the thing you want Fitch to do, is show those mistakes, get those fumbles, try to get those turnovers into your favor. This would help out. But right now, I think the defense has a good position. It's 3rd and long. Can they play something that would be able to cover that pass and also stuff the run if they come back with it?
It would be a big win for the Stonington defense. It'd be the first time they actually held on downs, and they would have given them a chance to score before halftime. Timeout taken by Stonington, so they'll talk it over. And while they do, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Game Day live on Day.com.
Last year, Waterford senior number 4 on the grade 8, the Olympico kick. I'm here with Cam Dickinson. I don't think she can pull it off. It looks way too hard. I think it was a fluke. Get it done.
I got it.
That was just too easy, and that is a grade 8 play. Send in your best plays and see if you can beat that and make this year's grade 8 Olympico style.
Relive a century of history from the perspective of southeastern Connecticut with the new hardcover book, Front Page News, A Century of Big Stories in the Day, 1881 to 1981. This 136-page limited edition book captures the pulse of a region and a nation, showcasing the day's most iconic front pages from its first 100 years. Order today at theday.frontpagesbook.com.
3rd and 10, Falcons. Carter rolls, throws, and an incomplete. Not sure who he was actually looking for, and I don't think they know either. It was Tyler, the closest to the ball, but it would be 4th down, and I expect Fitch will punt. Out-of-town scoreboard, Waterford, 6-0 as they come to near the end of the first half. I said that's the only way that they're going to win this game against NFA is that defense is going to have to step up, play physically, and they're going to have to just find a way to score. I mean, let's not forget Parker Spencer's a dynamic player. They've got some other kids who can do it, but they were going to have to win ugly, survive this one until they get their guy Higgins back on Thanksgiving. And I will talk a little bit about that in a moment. Punt. Line drive, bounces sideways, and it'll be right at the 35-yard line. Good field position for Stonington. I'll ask this question, and Peter, you can weigh in on this as well. If Waterford wins tonight, they play an East Lyme team that is, let's say, down.
Young.
And if they win, they host a playoff game. But because they're playing on Thanksgiving, that playoff game is 4 days later.
4 days, yeah.
Would they consider not playing Higgins against East Lyme so that he could play and save him for that first playoff game?
That's a good point.
1st down, Carter to throw. In the flat has Massengale. Massengale is wrapped up after a very short gain, maybe 3 yards.
You know, Casey, when you look at it in a coach's perspective, you know you're going against a team like East Lyme that's young and developing and all that. You still want him to get some kind of touches, maybe a couple of series where you see confidently they can score. And then from there, allow those other seniors to step up play and play like they're playing today, you know. But again, I would always try to say give them a shot to get warmed up, because then after that you got to get them ready for a big game.
So here's the issue I have with that. I'll talk about it after this 2nd down play, because I have pretty strong feelings about this, and I'll give it to you in a second. Carter throws, has his man over the middle, complete. It's Light. Light crosses midfield, 1st down Bears.
Good play. That's it. That's what we've been looking for, those quick catches and yak yardages that Stonington is good at. keep this tempo going leading into halftime.
First down. Clock runs with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. Play call coming in from the sidelines. Carter, Schrage, McGugan, Spurley, handoff, Massengale. Massengale, nice hole, and Massengale gains about 8 yards on first down. Now we talked about giving Maddox Massengale the football and establishing that interior. They did it that time. He got 8.
I love it. That formation, McGugan was in a tight formation there, and he pulled inside and led the way that gave Massengale that little gap to go right through. Great play there for the Bears.
Stonington has determined this will be the last possession of the half.
That's right.
They're not giving the ball back. Carter to throw. Rolls. Looking downfield. Keeps it himself. And bounces out of bounds. After he gets the first down, the chains will move.
Now, this is a good momentum right now for the Bears, brother. This is the kind of thing like we saw in the very beginning of that drive. You know, just that continuity, and he's making good choices right now. He knows if those guys are covered, take those 5, get out of bounds, and keep the chains moving.
As we head closer to halftime, you're going to want to stick around at halftime, watch the grade 8 plays of the week, the feature on Porter Carter, quarterback of Fitch, and of Cooper Light of Stonington, as well as Carter keeps it. And he's going to he wanted to slide, and he's not 100% right either because he couldn't slide.
No, he's cramping up right now.
He's cramping. And that's a nice display.
That's sportsmanship right there.
Devin Cook said, I understand. I understand. Athletes understand that guy. Those calf cramps are no joke.
Case, it's been like that. I mean, the sportsmanship has across the board been really good, you know, with these athletes helping each other because they know each other. They communicate. They've played in different leagues, you know, and now that they're growing up and playing in their, you know, alma mater, they still have that kind of rapport and respect for each other. It's great right there.
Also at halftime, a surprise addition
of
3 pounds of pasta. So Carter has to take a play off, so Spurley will come in and operate as quarterback here on 2nd and long. He hands it off to Massengale, and Massengale's wrapped up after a short gain of 4. Carter can come back onto the field, and it'll be 3rd and 5, but Carter is definitely not 100%. He is he's going to be getting some orange slices and some bananas at halftime. So a timeout has been called by Stonington. With 1:04 left, they'll have a 3rd and 7 when we come back. But to finish the conversation about Jax Higgins and Waterford. So one of the issues that I've had, and a lot of people have, with continuing the Thanksgiving Day game and adding that extra round of the playoffs, is that you're asking kids to play Thursday and then come right back and play on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a lot for a healthy body.
Yeah, and then you're going against a playoff team that's going to have multiple films to break down. It's a lot of work for the coaches as well.
Well, you know what? I don't care about that. I don't care at all about that. Go, pull all-nighters, drink Red Bull, and eat
memories.
Eat cookie dough like I did. But what I care about is that you're asking a kid to go 100% in the highest of contact sports, and then come back 4 days later. I don't worry about Jax Higgins getting through Thanksgiving, but to ask him to come back 4 days later,
that's going to be
off of a high ankle sprain. Because he's going to be more sore after playing. Whatever he plays, he's going to be more sore.
That's a
so
good point.
I would consider not playing him on Thanksgiving. Oh, they got the Falcons to jump. That'll make it 3rd and 2 instead of 3rd and 7.
That's it. Changing the cadence a little bit. You know, a little ice play on this icy night here. Well, it's not that it's icy, but it's cold.
They got Gabe Carey.
It's cold as a refrigerator with a head of lettuce there that's cold.
3rd and 3. Officials say, okay, let's run it.
Good.
58 seconds remaining on this 3rd and 3. 27-13 Fitch on top.
Okay, we go.
1:04 on the clock. If the Bears can get in the end zone here and make this a 1-score game, they still do have to kick it off to Fitch to start.
Definitely, yeah.
Second half. So that's why That's why this score becomes so important.
Yes, it does.
They can't be 2 touchdowns down and kicking off to start the second half. Carter to throw. Blitz comes. Rolls right. Throws. Has a man complete. Spurley crosses the 25 to the 24-yard line.
Pass complete to number 4 is Chase Spurley.
Keep the chains moving.
And that's going to be right there, right to there.
First down, 53 seconds running. Carter looking, throws, up in the air from McGugan into double coverage. Well defended by McBride, and McGugan turned into a
By number 4, Mark McBride.
defensive back there,
Yeah,
knocking
you
it
have to
away.
bat it down. This is great. It looks like they're playing this what's called 2-man. You have your high safeties, but everybody's playing man, and then you have those backers that are on the outside edge that are playing underneath one to stop those deep plays. But again, good defensive philosophy tonight here for the Falcons to hold this high-powered offense.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. 39 seconds. Carter, no pressure this time from the 3-man. Takes what is given to him underneath, incomplete. He had Schrage, and it was knocked away
Pass intended for Schrage, incomplete.
by Manning. 3rd and 10. 25-yard line. It's a 42-yard field goal, which is right on the edge of Schrage's distance. I think they got to go for. For the touchdown here anyway. But it'll be interesting if they don't get it. Would they entertain a field goal attempt? These are the questions that plague man.
They will come shortly.
Carter wants a motion from his Spurley. Chase Spurley crosses the formation. Carter blitzed and wrapped up.
Great call on
for
that
a
outside
loss.
edge. Case, what an outside blitz on that one right there. Unblocked because of the blocking scheme that he was asking for right there. And, man, that really hurts the Bears at this time.
Tyzay Tyler
Yeah.
with the run blitz off, and he came in off the edge crashing. You can see he was uncovered, and now it's going to be 4th and long for Stonington. 3-man front. Carter, pressure, steps up, heaves it towards the end zone, Hail Mary style, and it's just off the hands of Cooper Light, incomplete. Trying to recreate the magic of the Washington Commanders, but it falls incomplete, no flags, and that takes us to the half. The Falcons 27, Stonington 13. You're going to want to stay here after the break for the Grade 8 features on Porter Carter and Cooper Light and a surprise edition of 3 pounds of pasta. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
I do football, wrestling, and lacrosse. I love them all. I think whatever season it is, I think that's my favorite sport. I think it's definitely the most physical, most contact sports, at least that Stonington offers. Maybe rugby tops those 3, but maybe that's something for college.
Over 80% of them are 2-sport. We have a bunch of 3-sport guys. They play a variety of sports. I mean, after football, we have guys going into basketball. Cooper's a wrestler. We have guys that play hockey. We have a bunch of track guys.
Between wrestling and lacrosse, I have 2 weeks off. This year, at that time, I'm gonna get my wisdom teeth out, but after football, I don't have any time, not even a day, before wrestling starts.
Cooper does so much for our team. His quiet leadership, he's well respected by our entire school, definitely our football program, but just the kind of player he is, he does everything we ask of him, he always has. He gives 100% in everything he does. He doesn't know how to not go full out.
I think youth wrestling at Mackerel really set the mindset in me to go out there and really just hit, use my body as a weapon on the field and use that to my advantage.
It's a big part of our athletic program success is the amount of kids we have that play multiple sports. Kids who are competing at a high level, who are trying to achieve big things, and then they bring that into football. They bring football into wrestling or basketball season. They definitely all interconnect. And then they're just more successful kids, more apt to achieve at a high level.
I feel like playing sports all year round makes it so I never get out of shape. That way I can jump right into the next sport and go. But I also think that after each season, I become almost tired of the sport that I was playing, and I'm ready to hop into the next one.
I come from a very Fitch history family, my dad being Rashad Carter and my uncle being Raheem Carter. I'm actually named after my uncle, Raheem Carter. My uncle passed a year before I was born. Everybody calls me by Porter, that's my middle name. But yeah, Raheem's my honor name, I would say. It means a lot to me. I started playing football at the age of 7. My dad introduced me to it, and I fell in love with it from the start. I remember my dad telling me how important this game was to him, and how he has a lot of like Fitch pride. He would brag about his team and their wins, how they'd like blow out teams by 50 and win the state championship by, I believe, 50 points. He'd brag about his highlights too. He had a 99-yard punt return for a touchdown. I believe he has a state record for 3 interceptions in a quarter. So I hear that all the time. He brags about it all the time. So yeah, last year I played running back and safety. My cousin Ben Perry was a quarterback. I didn't really get a lot of reps at quarterback because I was playing running back. Yeah, there's a lot of growth that's to be done, and especially at the quarterback position with me. I'm still growing day by day. It's still hard to this day. With having the triple option, it's like, if you don't have all your pieces together, it can be really hard. Last year I was on my read key. I would look back at the fullback, which is a cardinal sin in the triple option. This summer, I put in a lot of work with Coach Ellis, and my cousin Ben told me a lot of great knowledge so I could go forward and make those reads. And I broke those bad habits that I had my freshman year. With our record being how it is right now, it doesn't really reflect how our team is and how hard we work. I mean, all of us work hard. You know, we all got each other's backs. The main thing right now is just to win out. We have Stonington coming up and we have Ledyard coming up. Those are 2 very winnable games if we're all locked in doing our assignments.
It's time for Game Day's Grade 8 Plays of the Week. At number 8, Thames River Crusaders. Brian Lowe, hitch and go. Gabe Grossman up in traffic for the touchdown. At number 7, downtown Jaden Brown. East Lyme football, he gets ahead of everybody, has to come back and then get up and make the catch. Take it away. At number 6, Reggie Duke, Old Saybrook Soccer. Surveying. You don't wanna guard me? All right, well, I'm just gonna take it to the middle. You're gonna give me this much space? Well, you're gonna let me go over here to my right foot? Boom! Goal! Shoreline quarterfinals, it breaks a 1-1 tie. At number 5, Ann Barber, Wheeler volleyball. Speaking of soccer, let's use our foot, keep it alive. Ultimately, Wheeler wins the point and wins the match 3-0 in the first round of the Class S tournament. At number 4, Waterford Soccer's Paige Jessic. 1-on-3, no problem. Jessic turns the page on Sacred Heart in the Class L quarterfinal. At number 3, it's been a while since we've seen KK make a play. Captain Jack with the bomb down the sideline and go up and get it. Caden Gaskin, 59-yard touchdown. Whalers win over Fitch. At number 2, Hayden Allard, Killingly football. This is one of 4 touchdowns and 198 yards rushing against NFA. Man, he's fast. But at number 1, Ledyard football's AJ Automatic. That's right, quarterback AJ Atomic breaks a couple tackles, gets to the outside against Woodstock, and well, he gone. 80-yard touchdown, Ledyard routs Woodstock, and those are your Grade 8 Plays of the Week. Send us your best plays, and maybe you can make next week's Grade 8.
Good evening, and welcome to Donald E. Palmer Field at Stonington High School.
That voice booming over the PA system at Stonington High School home games belongs to senior Patrick McGowan.
I'm going to do girls soccer, boys soccer, field hockey, and announce their games this year because I do want to go to college for sports broadcasting.
Stay outside, stay late!
McGowan, captain playing tight end and linebacker on the Bears football team goes straight from the practice field to the press box several days a week to announce games with teammate Austin Center.
So my freshman year, Brady Mullen, he was a junior.
Number 3, Abby Mayorga.
We kind of started together. Our first time was announcing one of the JV football games. And then Coach Tuccio told us it was fine if we announced their games. And then our athletic director, Mr. Marone, he got on board and spread us out to all the other teams.
And that's good for the Spurs Stonington corner.
They do the powder puff game, they announce that. He's brought younger guys, one of our now sophomores, Austin Center, does games with him. They do the morning news show.
Seniors, big announcement, it's your senior portrait makeups. So if you're like me and your senior portrait came out horrible.
McGugan and Center like to inject humor into their announcements.
I had a whole joke set up for the pizza because I just think it's so iconic, so memorable, but I don't think I can say it.
Why not?
It's just too cheesy.
But they also use their platform to put the spotlight on others.
We do joke of the day. We shout out all the staff at each game.
Our one and only world-class athletic trainer, Katie Cooper. On the clock, Miss Norcross. And in the stands, Miss Hool.
It's just who he is. He's just being himself. He's having fun. He always is making it about everybody else. He's never making it about him.
Stonington goal, number 33, Bailey Simmons.
He's just a really good kid, and I know people throw that around. A lot of people, like good kid, we throw those terms around, but you could ask any person here, teacher, the custodians, the cooks in the kitchen, kids in class, everybody, they would all say the same thing.
Other athletes at his level might prioritize their sport when thinking about college, but McGugan has other plans.
If I were to go to college and it works out and it's something nice that I can do, maybe I can get some money for, I'll absolutely do it. But if it's going to be more of like a distraction or taking time from my broadcasting path, then probably won't do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that'll take us to the end of the game. Stonington wins 7-0.
I'm Patrick McGugan.
And I'm Austin Center.
We're signing out from the booth. Have an amazing night, and go Bears.
It's almost here, baby.
It's that time.
Time to work.
It's time to shine.
Can you feel it? We got this.
Here we go. Be ready.
Yeah! Are you ready?
Are you ready? Let's go! Oh yeah! It's game day! It's game day!
It's game day! 1, 2, 3, it's game day! It's game day!
We're at halftime. The Fitch Falcons hold a 27-13 lead over the home Stonington Bears on senior night. And it's only time for your favorite Halftime segment, 3 pounds of pasta, but unlike normal weeks where I ask the questions of pasta and get some answers about things, our own Peter Wappy has told me that this one's on him, so I'm anxiously awaiting, Peter. What do we got?
Yes, my treat. So, you mentioned earlier that Fitch named their baseball field and their gym after 2 longtime coaches. Now, if you read the article in the day, you got to see some great historic pictures.
Ooh, look at those right there.
So
good hands position right there. Look at that.
So do you recognize the man on the right?
The one on the right looks like a quarterback for the Baltimore Colts. Got the haircut. I'm not sure. Is that Coach Ellis right there? No way. Look at the stud.
So
hey.
on the right, that is Mike Ellis Sr., and on the left, that is Ed Harvey.
Wow, look at these guys, man.
So
that's awesome.
So I thought these old-timey football pictures were so cool. We've got to have some other cool pictures from the archive.
Oh, boy, here we go.
That I could dig up. So this is a visual quiz for you.
Ooh, all right.
Here we go.
Some photos
Good
from
stuff.
the archive.
Okay.
Now, every pair that I show you has something in common. So the 2 photos on the screen, if you're having trouble figuring them out, there's a common link between the 2.
Okay.
This is good.
If you need a hint, I can help you with that common link.
All right.
So
Lifeline
here
we go.
Here's our first one.
Oh boy, that right there is that's AJ. I could tell because he ran. That was senior year. I remember that. They beat us pretty good. We actually had an issue with the cleats there, but that's AJ Massingale to the left. I'm going to put there. But to the right, that looks like Baby Ellis, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right?
So I'm going to go that's coach of the Stonington Bears, AJ Massingale on the left, and coach of the Fitch Falcons, Mike Ellis on the right.
Let's see what we got. Bam!
Nicely done.
Bam!
Well done there, my friend.
And look, they have the same jawline of, they messed up the play. You could say both. They messed up the play. That's awesome.
Very nice work. Now, each successive pair, the difficulty will be ratcheted up a little bit.
Oh man, that was the easy one.
Yeah, well, I'm not now. I'm nervous.
You're going to see some faces you recognize here.
Here we go. Let's see what we got here.
Here we go.
That is Jim Bunicor on the left.
By the eyebrows, locked it in. Yep, Slim Jim right there. And then to the right here. Ooh, this is tough. Ooh, this is tough. You got to connect. I'm close to a unibrow.
So it could be Ledgerd. It could be the ECC.
I'm going to say, oh, man. He must have coached with Jimmy. We're going to say to connect together. Oh, boy. And he coached football.
I recognize the face, too.
I'm telling you, you know.
So my hint
I saw him in A
for you-
Christmas Story.
Isn't that the Stonington coach?
So both of these coaches coached on this field.
Ooh. I know Slim Jim did, but who is he? Oh, my goodness. I'm trying to think. I'm at stump. I'm at a stump.
I am stumped.
All right, so on the left, you are correct. That is former Ledgerd, but also former Stonington coach Jim Bunicor.
Yeah.
And on the right,
Oh, of course it is.
former Stonington soccer coach Paul DeCastro.
That is,
Wow.
of course, that was Paul. I
You
should
got
have
it,
known
Papa.
that.
Wait, you know what? Mr. Crowley had it.
I should
He
have
had it
known
locked
that
in.
one.
Stay right here. We're going to go with the big one here. Wow.
All right, so
But in that picture, who ate Jimmy?
I was going to say.
the third round.
Oh, T-Roy.
I got this one.
T-Roy
I
and
got this one.
Jamal.
On the left, Troy McKelvin. On the right, Jamal
Oh,
Davis.
man. Perfect.
Very
T-Roy
nice.
looking good right there. Jamal, I seen him the other day over at Groton Middle School representing. These guys are amazing.
All right, so you guys
Two
have made
legends.
it through the first 3 pounds.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, the bonus.
now,
pounds.
now we get to our extra helpings. It's going to
Okay,
get a
let's
little
see
more
this.
difficult.
All right.
Let's see this. Okay. Oh, we got pitching here, and we got looks like lacrosse goalie. Now we're going
That's
back in the
field hockey.
day.
That's field
That's
hockey.
field hockey. Oof. He looks familiar.
Like somebody pitched for the Huskies.
Yeah, I mean that's
UConn.
back in, and the stirrups are all the way old school. So we got to go back into the '80s with this outfit. Oh man.
And every personality in here is known to game day.
Yeah.
Can I get a hint? Can I get a hint on either one? Casey right now is so focused, his eyebrows are perspiring.
Probably ought to be a baseball coach.
So
Yeah.
this pair is related to one another.
Oh,
Uh,
well, it got to be bro sis, right?
Pete Walker and
Ooh.
Pete Walker and
He's slime, right?
and Liz.
Wow,
Boom!
you're
Very
a
nice.
beast.
Very
Beast.
nice. Okay.
Classic era right there, Pete Walker pitch. I remember I saw him pitch against you guys. Woof.
All right, you guys are
Hurl.
so good at this. We are going to turn the difficulty up again.
Oh, man. Casey. Oh, now we're navigators. Oh, my goodness. Now we got the guy on the left, I'm telling you right now, and then you blur it. You don't give us, you don't let it slide in there. Give us a little tidbit of who could it be, huh? You got to blur that there. So the Navigators, played for the Navigators. Looks like he's a ball boy because I don't see any dirt like he played a game.
Why does the one on the right look like there's a mannequin going?
Yeah,
up
it looks
for
like a mannequin up in the air right there. But that's the goalie. That's the goalie actually catching the ball. I mean, picture's pretty good.
I'm going to definitely need to hint on this one.
Let's see what that one is.
So I'm going to give you. I'm going to add a third into the mix.
Oh, he
here,
set us
and
up. He's setting him up.
Maybe
Oh,
this
okay.
will help.
Oh my, Catastari. That's our girl right there. Ledger's finest.
Okay, so
Madison.
that takes care of. But who?
Madison. Are they all part of what is the emblem on number 6? Are they all Ledger athletes?
No.
Okay, that's a good one. See, in case we're working on this side. So no Ledger athletes. We got one, and then.
I am going to admit I am utterly stumped by this one.
Okay, so.
I was going to say Sean Penn
all,
and.
all three have.
Wait!
You got it?
Wait! I know it now.
What do you got?
Madison Canistrari, Colin Delaney, and on the left. Who the heck is my other brother? It's not you.
No.
Who else could be who could be doing color with me? Juicy didn't play baseball.
Oh, is that the Doc?
No.
That ain't the Doc. Okay. Well.
He didn't play outside of Wheeler.
Oh, there you go.
It's not Ray
I'm
LaForte.
stumped. I'm stumped.
Who is the guy? Who's the Navigator?
I mean,
who played for the Navigators?
Okay, so you are correct that Colin Delaney is one of those people, but it is not the one on the right.
Delaney's to the left?
On the left is Colin Delaney.
Oh,
and on the
look
right
at that.
is Rob Brule.
I forgot
Wow.
in his high school playing days.
How is Colin
This
Delaney
is
playing for the
bananas.
Navigators?
So he was a bat boy.
See, I told you it was like that ball boy. He didn't have dirt in the side of his pocket. I know. Come on.
So
Okay.
that's Colin Delaney, and that's Rob Brule. Look at
Wow.
Rob getting up.
Yo, he's up there. He's
number
up
6,
there.
I should have known. Number 6 for
That's
water.
some air right there. Wow.
Well done. Wow, that's
Yo,
excellent.
Now, this is some good
Okay.
pasta stuff. Here
So
we go.
now, are you ready? So the final round.
Oh, my gosh.
The most difficult.
I lost
All right.
2 eyebrows right now because I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah, I know that one. I know this
the
one.
guy to the left is Pasta, and the guy to the right is Casey.
That's Mike Susie
Yep.
on the left, and that's Lin-Manuel Miranda
That's
on
right.
the right.
Yeah, I'm with it. I can't believe. First of all, Casey, you look good, bro. I mean, you look good. You look.
I
like
want to know where on earth that picture came from.
You look like one of the stunt doubles from Stand By Me, walking over the bridge. You know.
So you can thank Vicky Fulkerson for pulling.
I
those-
love you,
those-
Vicky.
those
Oh, that's so
prints out of the
sweet.
archive.
Wow, those glasses back in the day were prescriptions.
I was wearing a Brooklyn.
Wow,
I'm wearing
look
a
at them
Brooklyn
things.
Dodgers shirt.
I could see the future with those glasses.
Look at the guns
Yo,
starting
for
to
real.
emerge.
The guns were
though.
growing.
They were starting to
I
emerge.
finally had a light mustache, and
Oh,
you
you
know
look
that was my
smooth.
dad's church tie right there.
That
there you
shirt
go.
might have been canary yellow, too.
That was canary yellow.
It might
Yeah.
have been,
Look
yeah.
at the line. Remember back in the day when you used to start doing lines on the side of the haircuts?
Oh, you look good.
Yeah, I thought it was my glasses. That's unbelievable.
I honestly do not know.
Casey.
That picture had to have been taken in Cooperstown, New York.
For real.
For New London Legion.
Wow, I gotta lie. I was skinny back then. I didn't know that.
So those are your.
Case, that was awesome, my brother. You know what, brother? That was excellent. I went 0 for 3 until I found myself Casey to the left, Pasta to the right, all day, every day.
What a job. Now, of all of those,
Yeah.
I was pretty proud of us
Yeah.
for getting most of them.
Yeah.
I will say that the Walkers was tough because you can't see her. She's in. But that one, the Colin and Rob Brule, Rob Brule, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I would never have thought of Colin in the baseball uniform. That was a nice swerve right there,
It was.
Peter Wappy.
It was. Listen, I think that pasta was al dente to us. You know? I mean, I brought it out there.
Oh, let's try to get a score of the Waterford game as they headed into halftime. It was 6-0, but we're going to talk as we get ready here for the second half about where the playoff implications are for each team.
So it's still 6-0 Waterford at halftime over NFA.
So Waterford at halftime over NFA 6-0, and that is one of 3 games that we're keeping eyes on. The other games are just underway. One of those is Ledyard and Griswold, and the other is New London at Killingly.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
the
a good
reason,
one.
and we'll go in the order.
Killingly with a 7-0 win, 7-0 lead. Sorry.
Tell them the
New
future
London
already.
In the first quarter.
Killingly up 7-0. New London with the football. Killingly is right now the #1 seed in Class SS.
Yeah.
They are likely to finish as the #1 seed in Class SS if they win this game. Then they would have their Thanksgiving Day game against Woodstock, which they will be a heavy favorite in. What's interesting about Class S is that we could have as many as 4 local teams in Class SS, if I'm not mistaken. And Sheehan, who we've seen on game day.
Yeah, that was a great game.
As well.
Great game.
So right now in Class SS, Killingly's 1 and Wyndham is 2. We mentioned Waterford; they're in it as well. Ledyard is still alive. Sheehan is another dark horse that locals won't think about, but they are maybe the second best team in Class SS. So there's a good chance that the first rounds of the playoffs will feature a lot of the ECC teams in Class SS, which means you have a better chance of getting a team to the semifinals or finals. But it also means that you're unlikely. They're going to be knocking each other off.
Yeah.
This Stonington team is still alive in Class S. They're the 6th team, but they trail by 2 touchdowns. And if there's ever been a halftime adjustment that needs to be made, it is Stonington's defensive adjustment.
Definitely.
I think you're going to see more pressure coming, and that's the only thing I can think of for them because when they were playing read and react, it was not well.
No. A defense that stays back like that, has to be a very physical, strong team. But you see the mismatch with the offensive line of Fitch is just taking advantage of that. So then you have to submit to what pressure you're going to bring on an offense that's balanced and based on a fullback, play lead. So you still have to be disciplined for the fullback in order to take care of everything else. And that's all doing your job and being disciplined and reacting and some great positive calls that you're going to have to call throughout this second half.
So, looking at the around the state, Killingly and Wyndham sitting at 1 and 2. Wyndham finishes with Montville and Plainfield. They should not lose. Killingly, if they can overcome their game tonight with New London. So there's a good chance that we could finish with the 1-2 teams in Class SS. Waterford could sneak into a 4-5.
Right.
Maybe host a game where it would be a potential Killingly-Waterford semifinal, a potential Wyndham-Sheehan
that'd be nice.
semifinal.
Yeah.
So we're certainly going to be keeping our eyes. New London just scored on a long Demetrius Fletcher touchdown run. 7-7 now in that game.
Well, it's still good to see New London playing, back where they belong. I know they had a hard, tough first game, but throughout that process, they were learning to build their identity and kind of get that mindset of what we're going to be great at. And the coaching staff over there really set the tone, so it's good to see that they're being competitive.
I spoke too soon.
Yeah.
New London went for 2 and got it. It's 8-7, New London on top of Killingly.
There you go.
So the Whalers on top here. Here we are about ready to get going in the second half. We mentioned Stonington will kick it off. And we'll see right off the bat, right away, what adjustments have they made. Porter Carter looked a little bit, I don't want to say flustered or rattled. I think he looked less comfortable when he was getting pressure, which all quarterbacks are. But when he gets that 1 second to read, he becomes a nightmare. But when they got to him right away, it caused him a little more difficulty, a little more discomfort. Big run on the kickoff for the Falcons. Anthony Spader gets almost to the 45-yard line. So real short field here for the Falcons as they'll have the first possession of the second half.
Nice start for the Falcons. I got to go switch there because last time the team scored was Fitch, so I got to put this gully on.
43-yard line of Fitch.
So the ball will be marked at the 43-yard line, which is where the Falcons will have the first possession. The Falcons have scored on runs from Devin Cook and Porter Carter. And Cook and Carter have been absolutely dynamic. 2 apiece for Carter and Cook.
Welcome back, Carter.
Handoff given to Cook. Big hole and a gain of 7 on first down to midfield.
It's kind of unique. Back then, we used to call it the veer play, where you actually leave that edge player untouched and let that fullback slide under it while everybody blocks down. And again, that Cook is just phenomenal making those reads and just gaining those yardages. And I haven't seen him one time get pushed back. He's always ending forward, and those are extra 2-3 yards. Again, he's probably been averaging tonight plus 7 yards with his run play.
My spy at Killingly says that one's going to be a good one. The two teams going just right at each other, laying it all out. Hayden Allard scored the long touchdown run for Killingly. Motion across. Carter keeps, and he is hit and buried by Patrick McGugan. Welcome back, Pat.
What a great play. That young man read it real quick and went in there and finished it off. It's good to see him coming back and playing, man. Great young man.
3rd and 5 now for the Falcons. That's the pressure I was talking about.
Yep.
I think you're going to see, now Fitch will adjust.
Yes, they will.
But I think you're going to see Stonington shooting the gaps on those two, the A and B gap every time and trying to send someone right at Carter. Watch Fitch go outside here. Someone's going to have to contain if you're Stonington. And there on cue is the toss to Spader. Spader, big hole. Spader down the sidelines, first down. And that's the downside if you're going to shoot the middle. Someone's going to have to defend the edge. First down, Falcons.
A tough situation for the Bears as they deflated on that play. And that's, again, they know how to find a point of attack, Cases. This is really good. Whoever they have communicating up top to Coach Ellis to make these plays, they're just doing phenomenal. They're making the reads. They're making the calls the proper way.
2-yard line of Stonington, 1st and 10 pitch.
Falcons come up to the ball. 1st and 10. Carter, hands off. Bussey. Bussey breaks one tackle, and he's wrapped up after a short gain. That's Sean Bussey. If you don't have enough with Devin Cook, you put Bussey in the game, and the junior, you don't lose much.
Bussey on the carry.
So it'll be 2nd and 5. McGugan on another tackle.
Yeah, this defense here for the Bears is a very light defense in the sense that they have smaller players that are more elusive, but the offensive line from Fitch are big, and they're making that momentum count.
Big hole for Cook. First down, Falcons inside the 20-yard line. They are in the red zone, and it's been the red and black zone as the Falcons have dominated on the ground and are continuing to churn up big plays.
One thing I always appreciated in the game of football was that pancake technique where you have an offensive lineman engaging on a defensive lineman and using their momentum to drive them all the way back to their backs in the ground. And a couple of those Fitch players right now are just using it as their base.
Toss right. Big hole. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground.
What a chop.
It's loose. And I believe the Falcons recovered it. Michael El-Khoury fell on it.
Wow.
And Schrage had a chance at it.
Woo.
Nick Wagoner, credit Nick Wagoner. He, number 9, along with 12, El-Khoury were right there. But that was a great punch out by the Bears. And that ball was very close to being a turnover. Instead, though, Fitch will have it 2nd and short. Carter hands off to Cook. Cook hit right at the point of attack. Ethan Green made the tackle.
2 times right now the Falcons could have given that ball away, but they're hustling to the ball and they're playing, getting that ball back, keeping the momentum on their side, because that could have been a great opportunity for Stonington to come back.
Let's watch this punch right here. It was McGugan. And you saw Spurley saw it, but he couldn't get there.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor would be proud of what he did right there. Great chop.
3rd and very short. I'd expect Carter to keep this one himself. He does behind Cook. Cuts it back inside. He won't have the touchdown, but he will have a first down. So it will be 1st and goal from the 5-yard line.
Casey, you keep on calling it, brother. You are on fire right now. You are in the zone.
I will say I do feel like I know these teams pretty well. Certainly Fitch.
Yeah.
I think we've done so much of Coach Ellis's games over the past, so many of the past few years. I feel like I have just an understanding of what he likes to do.
Exactly.
When he gets down this close, he likes to keep the ball in the hands. You're going to see 2 guys. You're going to see either Carter keep this or Cook get this. I don't think you'll see toss sweep down here in the early going. Keeps himself. Cook with his lead block. Bounces it outside. Touchdown, Porter Carter. And the Falcons just extend their lead. It's 34-13.
That was a great offensive series right there, Case.
33-13. We'll have to get the extra point, but a 20-point lead for the Falcons.
And your traditional muddle huddle, Case, says it looks like they're going to probably get it together. No, they're shuffling back. Remind me of the Wildcats. Remember that song, Shuffling Crew? Remember that one? Or was that the Bears?
That was the Super Bowl Shuffle.
That was a Super Bowl Shuffle, right? There you go.
The kick is up, and it is good by Carey, and that'll make it 34-13. Let's look at the patience from Porter Carter following the lead block of Cook.
Awesome job. Way to come off the edge.
So, if you're going to go back to the Super Bowl Shuffle, that would be in the Curtis Blow style of rapping. You know, I'm a football man on the football field, and I like to go and keep it real. And that's how they rapped back then. And and you had Jim McMahon with the headband and
the glasses, and
Willie Gault, the sprinter, and
what was my man, the offensive lineman, Mongo?
Steve McMichael.
Steve McMichael.
Who had a nice career in in WCW after he left professional football.
Just was inducted to the Hall of Fame. Rest in peace, my brother.
There are things that I say on the air, by the way, where I could see it actually causing Peter Wappy physical discomfort.
Yep.
It manifests itself.
I noticed the agita look sometimes with a slight wink on the side.
And the fact that I know that an obscure offensive lineman from the Chicago Bears made it into WCW is exactly the kind of thing that just creates a little bit of cringe.
So did the refrigerator in, I think, one of the WrestleManias.
He did.
Yeah. That was a great defense, man.
The 46 under Buddy Ryan revolutionized how defense was played. Then everyone figured it out, and 2 years later, it was obsolete. But for 2 years, it was
Marino-fied.
It was for a year and a half, and then they figured out how to spread it out.
Yeah. That's the great thing about football. The evolution always happens.
Carey, little line drive punt kick picked up by Spurley, and Spurley will cross the 35-yard line where the Bears will have their first possession here of the second half, suddenly trailing by 3 touchdowns. So, while I have had the topic of things that make Peter Wappy cringe, I don't know if he'll make him cringe completely, but congratulations to the Wesleyan Cardinal football team, winners of the NESCAC, as they went back-to-back, beat Williams and Trinity to finish the year at 9-1. Their only loss was to Bates, and they are the NESCAC champions with an ECC connection, as the pass is to Cooper Light. They'll get 6. The ECC connection with the Wesleyan Cardinals is that Bacon Academy's Luke Lasaracina, leading receiver on the Cardinals, caught touchdowns against Williams and Trinity.
Wesleyan was an answer on Jeopardy the other night.
Really?
Asking for Bill Belichick's alma mater.
Ooh.
Not bad.
That's Bill Belichick's alma mater.
Yes, he's my fraternity brother. Falcons jump, and that'll be the 5 yards Stonington needs for a first down. So there was a time when Wesleyan had more NFL coaches than any other university in the country.
Really?
When Eric Mangini and Bill Belichick were both head coaches.
Exactly.
No other school had 2, and Wesleyan had 2 NFL coaches. Mangini and Belichick both being brothers of Kai Sai at Wesleyan University, and that was the little coaching tree. So not many people know that about Belichick. He, of course, looking to get back into the NFL. And Wesleyan at 9-1, NESCAC champions, very proud of my Cardinals. Here it is, 34-13. The Falcons have been unstoppable offensively. Stonington trying to keep with it. Hands off to Massengale. Massengale with a little patience and hesitation gets 6, crosses into Fitch territory, bringing up 2nd and short. Stonington's moved the ball. They have been stymied on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah. Sometimes they get in a situation, they're hurting themselves and making some calls that, you can be more effective with. But, again, when they run the plays, they do very well with it. Just got to mix it up.
2nd and 5. Carter trying to draw them off. This time the Falcons don't bite, so we'll look down at our wristbands, see what's on special at Subway. And The snap. Carter looking for his man Light. Has him short gain. Ball was taken away by McBride, but I think they're going to say he's down, and I think they're going to say he just shy. They're going to move the chains. I think they might.
About 2 yards shy.
Yeah, 2 yards shy, so 3rd and 2, which has been a theme for Stonington, right?
Yeah.
3rd and 2.
It's a very big play for them right now. They definitely need to keep the ball rolling.
I mean, they can't kick it away anymore. This is
no way.
Third and 2. Jaden Carter's going to throw. Pressured. Deep ball for Schrag, and it's just off his fingertips at the 15-yard line. Incomplete. He wanted a hold, but he was out of bounds before he came back inbounds. I don't think he ever really had a chance at that one, but it was a well-thrown ball, just about a yard too far away from Schrag.
Yeah, definitely. The Falcons brought some edge pressure on that, but the offensive line kept their composure, and the backs picked up those blitzing backers to give them a good opportunity to throw. Could have been a great play.
So another 4th down. Stonington has not been able to convert yet on these 4th downs. This time, Carter, bubble screen to Schrag. Schrag has to break a tackle. They push him forward, and I think that's going to give him enough for the 1st down. Credit.
That's it.
His offensive lineman.
That's it, Casey. I was going to say the same thing. That offensive lineman said, come on, let me bring you over here to the line.
Schrag was trying to drag him, and Thomas Lyon, his tackle or his guard came flying over and shoved him over the 1st down.
41-yard line to Fitch, 1st and 10.
So give Lyon credit there. And a much-needed 1st down for the Bears. Carter stands at his 45. Light in motion, toss to Light. Light turns it upfield, spins off a tackler, and is banged down after a gain of 3.
Tackle made by number 42, Devin Cook.
Got a fake snow coming across the way right here, Case.
A little tinsely thing.
Tinsely.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
This is the worst thing about Christmas was to collect all those tinsels.
Crowd was unhappy about something. 2nd and 7.
Let's see the athletic director down there saying someone's going to pick them up.
Carter pressured, throws, and incomplete. He had Spurley, but he also is cramping up again. That right calf, you can see Carter is not 100%.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to use his athleticism, but, you know, when you get to that limitation of where your injuries or that cramping starts to develop, you got to fight through it. He's got a lot of grit for working hard right now, trying to keep this offense on the positive side now. Big play for them on a 3rd and long.
3rd and 7. And it's not only Carter that's cramping up. There are a couple of Bears who are not in on the play because of cramping and cold night. Turf field gets awfully hard too. It's like on concrete for a period. Those muscles can tighten up pretty quickly. Carter to throw. Pressured, throws incomplete, tipped by Carey at the line. And Gabe Carey has been in the face of Jaden Carter all night. 4th and 7, and Stonington's going to have to go for it down 3 touchdowns. Or they could punt, but I'm surprised that they're going to send the punt team out.
Brings up a 4th down.
But Schrag will come on, and he will kick it away. They'll try to pin the Bears down deep.
Yeah, one good thing about him is he's very, I guess, you know, smart in regards to his punting skills to get them down, you know, on the line over there. But that's been the big plus on their side.
The Bears have all 11 up. They're not going to give up a fake here. Good snap. And Schrag gets it away. It's a beautiful punt that lands at the 5 and takes a sideways bounce where it'll be down right at the 4-yard line. So he landed it at about the 3, kicked backwards towards the 5, and Stonington will at least pin the Falcons deep here. It'll be 1st and 10 Falcons with a long, long road in front.
This Stonington defense now has to work hard to force Fitch to make mistakes. We've seen that they have chances when Fitch is really not comfortable in what they're doing. So again, tackling has to be important. You know, creating some disruption on the offensive line, something that they have to do right now to get the field position and the ball back.
So first down, Porter Carter hands the ball off, and Cook drags Bears with him, including Goddard, gets 8 on first down.
You know, Cook is starting to show that he's growing as a football player. Look at the size that he's been developing. Remember, he was a little bit lanky last year. You know, as his growth develops, he's going to gain a lot of muscle. I mean, he's going to be a phenomenal player.
Yep, next year, Porter Carter, Devin Cook, and Bussey all back.
All back.
Along with McBride, all the skill guys. Nice job there. Carter hit and brought down Torwella.
Carter sacked
by number 57, Gabe Torella, with help from number 2.
So Falcons very young. They'll have a big, good class coming back next year. I think that's they're looking forward to next year's possibilities.
Yeah.
3rd and 4, long 3.
And if I'm not mistaken, their offensive line are coming back too. They're a very young group.
Yep, Xavier Bryan is only a sophomore. Gavin Blue, a junior. Yep, absolutely. Young team. Toss, Zyree Williams-Brown has enough for the first down. The chains will move. Of course, we are heading down the stretch of the fall sports season on game day. We will have our annual Thanksgiving Day broadcast. We hope to bring you a first round and maybe even a second round playoff game in football.
Yeah, it'd be great.
No local teams are alive for state championships, unfortunately, other than the football teams, which are still in contention. So still some life here on game day. McGugan creeped up and got buried, but he got Cook down after a short gain of 2. Yes. McGugan was in on that one, and that was an ugly. He got pancaked, but did so in order to create a clog, and it got Cook.
Yeah, there's 2 Titans tackling each other right there.
Titan versus a Titan.
That's right. I called it out. Back-to-back weeks, brother.
Yeah, it didn't work. We want a better result than what we had last time.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. Clock running. We're down to only 30 seconds in the 3rd quarter, moving much quicker here. Carter gives it to Cook. Cook crosses the 25-yard line. They mark him at the 26, where it'll bring up a 3rd and short. I think this is going to probably take us to the end of the 3rd period as the clock ticks down. 5, 4. So will take us to the end of 3. 34-13, Falcons on top with a 3rd and short when we come back. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. At the end of today's game, you'll have the Philomenas Player of the Game. Game Day is brought to you by Philomenas. It's always Game Day at Philomenas, southeastern Connecticut's go-to destination for events, fine food, and great atmosphere. Offering an all-new brunch menu, wing and drink specials, and live music, Philomenas provides the premier atmosphere for viewing all of your college and pro football. Stop in and see Mike or Sarah sit at the brand new bar, or reserve your party in one of 3 private dining areas. Everyone's family at Philomenas. And you're also going to want to follow Game Day CT after the game for the Scient Top Play. Pave the way for your students' financial success with a MySci account from Scient Federal Credit Union. Open a high-yield MySci savings account today and help support a positive financial future for your student. Visit scientfcu.org to learn more. 3rd and short for the Fitch Falcons as they lead 34-13 over the Stonington Bears here. Senior night at Stonington High School. 4th quarter about to begin. Stonington trying for a stop. It has been an unstoppable unit for the Falcons thus far. Only 1 punt thus far. Porter Carter. And we're going to get a whistle A false start against the Falcons. You know, a team that runs the ball with the motion and timing of Fitch, that's the first penalty against the offense thus far. That's something that's plagued Mike Ellis. But, you know, we talked about them opening the season 0-2 against two veteran teams.
Yeah.
And you see now just how young they are. That offensive line coming together, playing together next year, you know, a whole season of seasoning. Those false start penalties happen a lot in the beginning of the year. Now they're into the fourth quarter before the first one tonight.
Yeah, offensive line is all about building camaraderie and getting a lot of reps. And throughout the season, these young men facing different defenses, watching film, bonding with their coaches to know what they have to do, it shows that they're more in a competent and confident level right now as they play against this team.
Timeout Falcons. So with a 21-point lead and the Falcons calling timeout, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Game Day live on Day.com.
Here at Game Day, we're proud to bring you unrivaled video coverage of local high school sports, all of it free for you to watch. These videos are not free for us to produce though. If you'd like to ensure that we can keep covering your school and your teams, there's a few ways that you can support us. Hit up our merch store and pick up some Game Day gear in your school colors. Our camera operators are always looking for those shirts and hoodies in the crowd, and you may see yourself on our next live stream. We get a lot of support from businesses in our community. And if you'd like to join them as a sponsor, send us a message and we can connect you with our advertising staff. Finally, The Day is the organization behind everything we do here at Game Day. If you want to support The Day's community journalism, consider a print or digital subscription at theday.com/subscribe.
Porter Carter from the shotgun, 3rd and short. Rolls right, looks to throw, pressured, steps away from the pressure, but he can't avoid Cooper Light, who brings him down for a loss. And that's the best defensive series we've seen from Stonington, holding and keeping the Falcons at bay. They're going to have to punt it from deep in their own territory, which I guess was the goal of punting it away the previous time.
That's right. Again, this is a good thing about special teams and field position is when you get that offense right there to stutter and have an issue not to get that first down, now it gives a better field position for the Bears as soon as they can get that ball in their hands.
So Fitch will punt it away. Stonington should have good field position. The punt is blocked. The punt is blocked.
Whoa! Great opportunity right now.
I believe it was Massengale that got the, not Massengale, excuse me. It was Borscher. And Cooper Light got the punt.
Wow.
And so Stonington will have it 1st and goal.
It seemed like they were a little lackadaisical, and the kicker was taking his time. You know, 3 steps when you're in the goal line, you really can't. Take the 2 steps and punt. That's something that's got to be coachable. Wow. What a change in favor for the Bears.
1st and goal from the 3. Exactly what Stonington needed. Handoff, Massengale. Massengale peels forward towards the end zone. He'll be down just shy. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Gains 3. 2nd goal from the 1.
Stonington taking their time, not really looking like a team that's down 21 points. Motion across. Carter looks to throw, zips it low, incomplete. Intended for Light, defended by Bussey.
3rd goal from the 1.
I'm not a coach, but I have 3 words. Run the ball.
Let's see.
Run the ball. If you don't get it, run it again. Carter from the shotgun. He's going to throw. Fade route. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Schrag. Beautifully thrown ball. Jaden Carter to Jacob Schrag. And the Bears cut into the lead. It's 34-19.
This is good right now, but they have to go for 2 mathematically when you think the situation here.
And just like I said, pass the ball.
I was gonna let it slide.
You gotta throw that. You gotta throw that corner fade.
That's right. Get that corner fade right there.
Snap is good. Schraig's kick is up, and it is good. And with 10:24 remaining in the ball game, 34-20. Fitch on top. Let's take a look at that beautifully thrown ball from Carter.
Nice.
And the beautiful adjustment to it by Schraig.
I like the separation he created. Tough defensive play.
So now the Bears just need another stop.
If they could do another stop the way they did right here, getting the field position along with that, that could definitely help them out.
Live report from Killingly High School.
What do we got?
With 11 seconds in the half.
Ooh.
Captain Jack Philiston to his favorite target, letting KK make a play.
Oh, my boy KK.
Caden Gaskin to the house for a touchdown. It's 14-7 New London as they head into the half.
I love it. You know, when you always plan to go play away, you know, we coaches always say it's all out war in enemy soil. Go out there and get it done, and it's good to see these young players from the Whaler side competing very well against the Kinley football team.
Here it's Stonington off of their best back-to-back series, a defensive stop and an offensive touchdown. They've cut it to 34-14. Schraig will kick it off, and that one's going to go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line, so the Falcons will have it.
Kick goes out of bounds.
Our own Mike DeMoro had a chance to fall on that one, but not surprisingly, he didn't move.
He just stayed right there.
Hands in his
He's Captain
pockets.
Clutch. Great observation skills.
Right there, he looks with the headset on. He's listening to us, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Hi, Mikey.
What's up, Mike?
He looks like he belongs on the thing. We want to know why you didn't dive on the onside kick.
He reminds me of the cool guy from Sesame Street that came by and said, "Hey, I got the letter S. Come by over here. Score."
Carter on first down gives it to Cook. Cook breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, and has a first down over the 45-yard line. Devin Cook has been on fire all night long. Tough yards for the Falcons.
That's what they need to do. Give it to that young man right there and get that momentum back. Try to get over the 50-yard line and play that Fitch football the way they like to play it. You know, they need to just gear it in.
21, Jack Goddard.
Motion, toss, big hole, huge gain, racing to the outside is McBride, crossing the 25-yard line to the 24. Falcons with another big gain on the ground, this time junior Mark McBride.
I'll tell you, one thing I saw there, you know, I appreciate the linemen, how they hustle, but when you got one running down there, that young man, Griffin Pollard, full speed, hitting that safety, allowing the running back to go right there free was just a big play for that Falcon offense.
Tackle made by number 21, Jack Goddard.
First down, Falcons. Handoff, Cook, and he's wrapped McGugan. McGugan had him and held on for dear life till his teammates, Borscher, could come in and wrap up Cook.
Yeah, McGugan was what a stud. I mean, he grinds, he takes the hard hits, but he tries to finish the play every time. That young kid got a lot of heart.
2nd and 6. Clock ticking now with 8:45 and counting remaining here in the ball game. Carter, motion across, keeps it himself on the option and gains about 4 more. It'll bring up a 3rd and short.
That was a good defensive front from Stonington as they had the 2 defensive tackles on the outside shoulder of the guards and did a double A gap blitz, which is very difficult for a center to pick and choose there. But it sealed every gap, and that's how you're going to stop that running offense from Fitch.
3rd and 4. As we talk about other games, one other note, Killingly New London have had some unbelievable games in the past few years where records don't matter. New London has upset Killingly. Killingly has upset New London. They have had some absolute slugfests in that matchup. So that is not a surprise. That has become quite a rivalry, Killingly and the Whalers. Nice option toss and sprinting and waltzing into the end zone. Touchdown, Anthony Spader. Falcons 40, Bears 20.
That's the way to answer back after giving up a touchdown and what I thought was a miscue of both special teams and offense.
By number 3, Anthony Spader.
Coach should be pleased about that.
Fitch touchdown.
And there's your favorite muddle huddle case. One day it'll work. I scored 4 points for Delaware State University in the muddle huddle, brother.
I know you meant that as, but that's actually another knock on the muddle huddle.
Well, you can put that in next year's 3 pounds of pasta. So
Tough
we can make it
snap,
historical.
and that makes the kick a little more dangerous for Kerry, but he slides it through. 41-20, Falcons on top.
I want a drag route. And
let's take a look at Spader.
Look at that. Just a pitch right there. The edge player who's supposed to be there for the pitch wasn't there. And, again, great running angles that these running backs and receivers or skill players have been doing, making those safeties have a hard time tackling.
So when you say you scored 4 points in the muddle huddle.
So there's 3 phases, okay? In the middle phase, what we have is the read that a quarterback or the one that's holding the ball could run an option scheme. The outside guys, or myself as a center, I'm there. Then the muddle huddle team have the options for the run play or a quick pitch play or come back and let's seal it up and get the extra point. Now, in college, we have coaches that we look at, and they give us signals to kind of set the tone. And in some situations, against North Carolina, I think it's North Carolina A&T, they didn't have a guy covering me, so I ended up running a route, and then boy tossed it to me. So it was a good opportunity to get these kind of little things that you can get. But that muddle huddle, I mean, I know I can see you smiling every time it comes out in the field. Yeah, look at them eyebrows. There we go. There's your answer.
Speaking of low-scoring points, NFA has tied up Waterford 6-6 in that one. I have it on good authority that there are phones tuned into this one all over the ECC right now at Killingly High School. Someone just said out loud, Fitch got 40.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be a score that people are going to look around and say, well, what's going on there at Fitch? They have had. What an interesting run that they have had, right? They have gotten, beat up by New London. They beat Wyndham.
Yep.
Different kicker for the Falcons. Kicking it was that player, number 36. And the return will be to the 40-yard line.
Seems like a new young guy that's in there. Coach has put in there. You can tell the way he's running, he's probably a freshman there.
I would identify him.
We don't have him in the roster, but you know what? That's what we say. Hey, that's a good young kid right there that kicked the ball. Hopefully we'll get some feedback.
Nope, he's not on this one either. He's on the CIAC route. That's a jersey that got out of the locker room today.
That's it.
Carter to throw. First down. Looking for Massengale in the flat. Incomplete. Second down.
Pass intended for Massengale. Incomplete.
Falcons just unprepared. NFA up 13-6 now over Waterford.
Wow. That's going to be tough for Waterford there.
Second down and 10. Carter to throw. Looking downfield. Keeps it himself and hobbles for a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Coach Panucci, what a phenomenal mindset of having just 3 down linemen and using this kind of hybrid 3-3. I don't want to really call out what he does because a lot of the defensive coaches like to keep things hidden, but I love what he's doing is just basically keeping everybody in front, knowing that he's an elusive quarterback so that they can have players in outside areas to contain him.
Third and 7. Carter to throw. Looking quickly, and he goes. Spurley grabs it and wrapped up very, very quickly by Bussey. And by number 10, Abishai. That's going to make him short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 3, and the Bears will have to go for it. So 4th down has been difficult for the Bears tonight. They try for the hard count to get the Falcons the jump, but that's not happening this time. They're one of tonight on 4th down. Carter looking for the bubble screen. It's not there. Instead, goes for the deep ball, just overthrowing his intended target, Cooper Light. And the Falcons will hold and take over on the Stonington side of the field.
You know, Carter did a great job in playing that defense. Again, we always ask defensive backs to do something of a miracle in which, you know, when they're seeing a fade route, they're not being, you know, able to see it. Your sideline calls it. So you hear these guys on the sideline, and then his hand placement and staying right next to him, great defense effort right there.
Looks like NFA has found something. They have gone up 20-6.
Whoa.
In that one.
47.
Motion, handoff to Cook. Big hole, Cook breaks
Whoa.
one tackle and gains close to 10 yards. Devin Cook.
Wow.
What a run on 1st down.
Kind of looked like Franco Harris there, trying to break a play.
57, Gabe Torella.
He just has great balance. When he makes contact, one of the things that we see running backs will do, where they kind of cringe and then they kind of lean forward off balance and fall down. But with him, when he explodes, he works his way like he's just doing a power clean. Things that we always teach in the weightlifting sessions. When you power clean, you look right back up. And when he makes that hit, he still has his feet under him. He's driving. And that's, again, years and years of learning the game.
Second and short for the Falcons. Toss right. Ball down. Williams-Brown never had it, but he fell on it. Loss of 7 it'll bring up.
Well, that's a lot right there. Puts him right back.
It'll be 3rd and long.
Yeah.
3rd and 9.
I think it was a safe move just to fall down on it because there was some Bears coming.
Ball's back on the 46-yard line of Stonington.
Ball back on the 46. So we're nearing the end of this one. 5 minutes left. Of course, after the game, you're going to want to tune into all of our social medias at Game Day CT and find out what the Scient play of the game was, brought to you by our folks at Scient, as well as the Philomena's Player of the Game Day. And watch them get their beautiful Player of the Game Day shirt, courtesy of Sporties in Waterford. Handoff, Cook. Nice patience, big hole, 1st down, as he's tripped up after a gain of 9.5, and that should move the chains.
I tell you, every time you mention that, brother, all I could picture is those delicious garlic Parmesan wings with French fries and a nice cold Coca-Cola.
They're going to
the hospitality there is amazing.
Say he was short by about a half a yard, so it'll be 4th and a half yard. Of course, also the interview with the winning coach, all after the game on our social medias at Game Day CT. Carter up under center, quarterback keeper, and that'll be enough for the 1st down.
Woo. Come back in 2 plays right there, Case. That's amazing. This offense is explosive.
So the Falcons will move the chains. The clock will run.
Keeper gets a 1st down for Fitch. 1st and 10 Fitch.
I think that's the biggest thing that Coach Ellis is admiring right now, that the clock is still moving and they still have control of the ball. I mean, if you really think about it, they can really control the ball here and pretty much run down the clock if they have that next couple opportunities to get 1st downs.
First and 10, Falcons. Clock down under 4 minutes. Cook again. Breaks a tackle. Gets brought down from behind by Borscher, but another big gain by Devin Cook. Flag on the play. One thing I can say about tonight, there have not been a lot of flags. It has been a well played, and the whistles have remained where they belong. That one is going to be a face mask against Stonington.
Yeah, he's just a hard kid to take down. But you're right, Casey. Both teams have been playing really good football in the sense that we didn't have a lot of penalties or, any delays. It's just good to see how they're developing this time of year.
Looking forward for these two teams. The Falcons will go to 5-4, and they, of course, will be battling for the Colonel Ledyard sword against the Ledyard Colonels on Thanksgiving. And the Stonington Bears will fall to 6-3, and they will be playing their long Thanksgiving Day rival, the Westerly Bulldogs.
Had an opportunity to participate in those games, and it's really intense. Both towns take a lot of pride.
The penalty will give the Bears, the Falcons a first down and bring the ball up to the 15-yard line with 3.5 minutes remaining. And we'll see if the Falcons try to punch one more in here or if I think you're just going to see the ball get handed to Cook.
Yeah.
Question is whether or not he, that doesn't mean they're not trying to score. But I don't think you're going to see them run many more plays. You see Carter waiting to see the official's hand go up. As much time as they can. Hands it off to Cook. Oh, look at the vision from Cook inside the 5-yard line to the 4. A couple of little hesitation, stutter steps got him down. It'll be second down and very short for the Falcons.
If that kid continues to play the way he's playing, by his senior year, we definitely could see an all-state status in him. But the amount of yards he just accumulates for the effort in that one position is just a really, really, you can't expect that from a fullback, but he's giving it to you. Well, this moon, I don't know about you guys.
Carter gives it to Bussey, and Bussey plows his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons. Sean Bussey with the exclamation point on this one, 47-20 Fitch.
Mm-hmm. That's really hard. I don't think Stonington had anything that they could use to stop this really good high-power offense tonight. And again, Fitch really came out here, well-planned, well-organized, both sides of the ball to show that they're who they are. I think they come in here with a victory. They can take that momentum and feel confident competing against Ledyard for Thanksgiving.
Kerry back in for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. With 2 minutes and 11 seconds remaining in this one, it's all Falcons. We'll be back for the last couple of minutes of this one. Check it out how the exclamation point from Bussey. Speaking of the buses, warm them up. We're almost done here at Stonington.
That's right.
Big time Fitch lead. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
Last year, Waterford senior number 4 on the grade 8, the Olympico kick. I'm here with Cam Dickinson. I don't think she can pull it off. It looks way too hard. I think it was a fluke. Get it done.
I got it.
That was just too easy, and that is a grade 8 play. Send in your best plays and see if you can beat that and make this year's grade 8 Olympico style.
Relive a century of history from the perspective of southeastern Connecticut with the new hardcover book, Front Page News, a century of big stories in the day, 1881 to 1981. This 136-page limited edition book captures the pulse of a region and a nation, showcasing the day's most iconic front pages from its first 100 years. Order today.
Back deep for Stonington will be number 6, Kyle Wilson, and number 4.
Almost at the end of this one, we will give you our final updates on the scores around the league. The Stonington Bears, as we see here, down 48-20 to the Fitch Falcons. New London on top of Killingly 14-7 in the second half. NFA 20-6 over Waterford. And the last time I checked, Ledyard was on top of Griswold 12-0. So 12-0 Ledyard at the half. 20-6 NFA over Waterford. 12-7 New London over, 14-7 New London over Killingly, and here 48-20 in favor of the Fitch Falcons. Falcons will have Ledyard. Falcons should come in 5-4. Ledyard will come in 6-3. Stonington will drop to 6-3 to take on Westerly. New London will be with NFA. All the big games on Thanksgiving. Carter, deep ball, has a man, and he overshoots Spurley at the 30-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
That throw into the inside probably should have gone to the outside.
Yeah, definitely the safety was there, but if it would have been a little bit outside, I think that would have been a great opportunity for a catch. You know, one thing I got to say for Stonington is that they never quit. They're playing hard. They know they've been mismatched in certain things, but all them guys are playing really hard today. You know, this is the kind of thing where you watch film and you see what you can get better at for that Thanksgiving game.
Bubble screen, Spurley has some room, shows that speed, gets into the open. Chase Spurley's off to the races, crosses the 20, the 10, touchdown,
right.
Bears, Chase Spurley to the house.
That's awesome.
So a little bit of love for the senior on senior night. Chase Spurley gets into the end zone, cuts the lead to from 48-20 to 48-26. Muddle huddle. Carter keeps it, runs option, throws, has has Light. Add to the mix, Cooper Light, the senior, he gets in as well. So
you see how it works?
48.
I know. They gave you Achita. I can see it.
There's that bubble screen, and right here,
Beautiful.
once Spurley shows the vision, now it's a foot race.
Yeah.
And he outraces 4 Falcons.
Great scheme right there. Those linemen were downfield making sure they executed the key blocks.
Chase Spurley showing the wheels, and the Bears will onside this one. Down 20 with 150 remaining, 149 remaining here in the ballgame. Now, if the Bears were able to recover the onside kick and score very quickly, and recover the onside kick and score very quickly,
And they do it one more time?
it could put us in position for another wild game day finish. However, if they don't recover this onside kick, I believe the Falcons will run the ball 3 times.
It's kind of Madden-esque, brother.
First, the onside kick goes through the wickets of the first Falcon, but Al Corey falls on it, Michael Al Corey. And so the Falcons recover, and they will have it now and the ability to sort of put this one to bed.
Definitely.
So the Fitch Falcons will have a little momentum, and we'll be very interested to see what this does for their playoff points as they head into their Thanksgiving Day game with Ledyard. That could be a play-in game for both Ledyard and Fitch on Thanksgiving Day.
Mm-hmm.
Carter from the shotgun, hands to Cook rather. Cook with another big gain of 9 yards on first down.
It'd be nice to know how much he ran tonight, because I tell you, he's been a phenomenal player for this team.
Well, if we only had a award-winning journalist down on the sideline listening to us right now, I would imagine that award-winning, highly profiled, incredibly competent journalist might type a text message and send me the yards that he thinks the young man accrued tonight, but only if we had a highly acclaimed, highly touted, well-thought-of journalist
with a cap hat
down on the sideline tonight.
There you go. I think he's pulling out the phone.
48-28, under a minute remaining. Carter gives it one more time. This time, he gives it to the same young man who kicked the ball off, number 36, who will be known as number 36.
Yes. Oh, it wasn't Buzzy? Wow.
He's not on our roster.
36, all right.
Massengale with the tackle. 35 seconds and counting, and the Falcons will not have to do anything other than kneel on it if they want this thing to wrap out, and they are going into their version of the victory formation. And that will do it. The clock will run with 18 seconds remaining, and the Fitch Falcons with a very impressive game tonight here against the Stonington Bears, as they will win this one 48-28. You're going to want to tune in to all of our social medias at Game Day CT so that you can see the Scient play of the game as well as the Philomena's player of the game day interview with head coach Mike Ellis, all on our Game Day CT social medias. We will be getting a little bit of a break. We won't be back until Thanksgiving Day. And what game we have on Thanksgiving Day is to be determined.
We will find out.
We could be doing any number of games, but you will see us on Thanksgiving Day, so you're going to have to stay tuned to our social medias as well to find out where we're going to be. But from the coach, Pasta Santabria, Peter Wappy, and the whole Game Day crew, live from Stonington High School, thank you for joining us tonight. Big win for the Falcons, live on Game Day on theday.com.